They'll tell you who you are.
What you can't do.
Where you don't belong.
But with the right people at your side, you write your own story.
You don't wait for success, you chase it. Sharper, tougher, faster, with every lap.
And when you give everything you've got, you don't just win. You inspire what comes next.
At Kaiser Manufacturing, our commitment to engineering and developing new products is reflected in the wide range of fabricated items we produce for the manufacturing and retail industries. From simple to complex fabrication, we can do that. We have a full team of engineers ready to take your concept from prototype to full production. Call us for a quote today to see your next idea brought to life. Kaiser Manufacturing, proud to be Michigan made.
DMI racing components and Bulldog quick change rears are developed, engineered, and manufactured to take you to victory lane. Whether you are a touring professional or a weekend warrior, the products offering you the best value, reliability, and performance come to DMI and Bulldog. Innovation racing components proudly made in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, USA. Visit diversifiedracing.com to learn more about the complete line of DMI racing components and the Bulldog quick change rears.
DIRTVision would like to thank our friends at Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts for helping us get from track to track.
You're watching the World of Outlaws late models, presented by DIRTVision.
Powerful late models on the planet!
The best drivers, the best coverage. DIRTVision is home to the greatest shows on dirt.
It's been since 2021 since the World of Outlaw late models have rolled through here at Volunteer Speedway, but tonight that streak is broken as they will contest for $12,000 and to be called the winner of the Rocky Top Rumble. Welcome into the World of Outlaw late models presented by DIRTVision. My name is Ashton Smythe and I got you covered with everything happening down on the grounds here this evening, and I'll be joined up in the booth in just a little bit by the voice of the World of Outlaw late models, Ruben Morales. And whether you're joining us here in Tennessee or watching at home on DIRTVision, thank you so much for spending your Friday evening with us. It's definitely a little bit chillier than the past few weeks that we had spent in Florida, but nonetheless still a great day. Sun out and shining, no chance of rain. That's what you like to see as we move forward into racing here tonight. A little bit of wind, low 60s right now. Might want to throw in a little bit of a heavier jacket once that sun goes down, but we're looking forward to a great night of racing here at the Gap. And the last time we were racing, the first ever visit in series history for the World of Outlaw late models to Hendry County Motorsports Park just 3 weekends ago down in Clewiston, Florida. And man, they put themselves on the map. An absolutely incredible race. And it was all sorts of things that played into that 60-lap feature, but it was a late race caution and some crazy battling at the end between Bobby Pierce and Nick Hoffman, but ended up the Ty Torg number 9 in victory lane and taking home the $20,000 payday. If you weren't able to join us, here are those highlights.
down the back straightaway. Sam Seawright knows about that Southern cooking. He's eating swamp cabbage up front, showing the way. He'll come around to lead lap number 1. Gustin gonna take a peek to the inside, but it's Seawright up front. Great battle for the lead. Gustin to the inside, bounces the car in 1 and 2. That ruins his momentum, and that allows for Seawright to drive away. Bobby Pierce right around the outside, just like last night. The outside was wide open. Down the front straightaway, Seawright hanging on to the lead. Gustin second. Bobby Pierce in that 3rd spot. So Seawright running some interesting lines here. Top of 1 and 2, bottom of 3 and 4, and that leaves the outside open for Pierce down the front straightaway. Pierce got 6th in the redraw, and Sam Seawright now going to have company as Gustin fades back to 3rd, and now the smooth operator takes the lead down the back straightaway. Ryan Gustin, though, still looking to his inside, trying to take 2nd away into turns 1 and 2. Seawright on the top. Here comes Nick Hoffman as well. Nick Hoffman trying to take 3rd from Ryan Gustin, and he will, trying to make it official this time at the line. Sam Seawright has 2nd. Nick Hoffman in 3rd. 4th is the 19R Gustin. 5th is Turbo Tyler Erb. Sam Seawright still running a career best with the Outlaws. Nick Hoffman peeking to his inside, down the front straightaway. 2nd at the line, make it official. Nick Hoffman officially has 2nd for the first time. We've been keeping an eye on the battle between Seawright and Gustin and then Turbo and Dodson. But while we've been doing that, Nick Hoffman has been putting the work in. The Toric number 9 challenging for the lead. 3rd different leader, and it's Nick Hoffman. Off of corner number 4, coming down to the home stretch. Single-digit laps to go. 9 to go for the 9 and Nick Hoffman. Nick Hoffman now kind of in a pickle here as he runs the bottom of the Speedway. The next 3 cars right around the bottom. Does he go high? Does Pierce go high? Oh man, it's a chess match up front. Now Pierce gonna send it in into turn number 4. Off of corner number 4. He'll bounce it off the cushion and down the front straightaway. Hoffman continues to lead. Pierce now has the outside wide open, down the back straightaway. Does Hoffman move up? He does. He moves up to the top of the racetrack. Now Pierce to his inside. This time 7 laps to go. We got a barn burner brewing here at Hendry County with 7 to go. Pierce to the lead once again. Hoffman gonna saddle up on the top side. He'll try to reclaim the lead into turn number 3, and he does. It's Hoffman, Pierce, Gustin, Sorensen in the top 4. Down the front straightaway, 6 to go. Pierce ripping the lip down the back straightaway. It's going to be a drag race to the finish. I got a feeling. Off of corner number 4, Hendry County's on the map. What an inaugural visit. Checkered flag in the air. Nick Hoffman wins it here tonight in the Toric number 9.
The Swamp Cabbage 100 was definitely one for the books and one that will be remembered, and I'm sure the Rocky Top Rumble will be as well, since it's the first time in 5 years since the Outlaws have visited here at Volunteer Speedway. Now let's take a look, a little bit deeper dive into what we have to look forward to here at Volunteer Speedway. It's about a 4/10 mile dirt track here, but it is high banked, about 32 degrees in the corners. One of the highest banked racetracks, if not the highest, that we go to all year long with the Outlaws. It's also run by someone that, if you pay attention to super late model racing, you know this name very well, owner of Vic Hill Race Engines, and it's run by Vic and Krista Hill, and it opened back in 1974. Obviously, the Outlaws running here this weekend, but it's also home of the Gauntlet, a really cool event that they have coming forward in just a few weeks. Dirt super late models here, 4-day show, all sorts of different accolades that will definitely pack the stands and be one to watch as well. But keep in mind, Speed Weeks is now done. There was 8 races contested under the World of Outlaws banner down in Florida, but each driver had the opportunity to drop 3 of them, so only 5 of them offering towards their points standings for the World of Outlaw late model. So let's take a look at those points now that those drops have been done. It's Nick Hoffman who takes the lead right now. Bobby Pearson second, 10 points back of the Toric number 9. In third is Tim McCready right now, 33 points back. And in fourth, it's Turbo Tyler Erb, 39 points back. Fifth is Drake Troutman, 45 back from the lead. Sixth is the Reaper, Ryan Gustin. In seventh is Dustin Sorensen. In eighth, his sophomore campaign here with the Outlaws. That's the 74X of Ethan Dotson. In ninth right now is the 28 of Dennis Serb Jr. And rounding out the top 10, it's Big Perm in the 58V, Dalton Wilson. So all those guys hoping to continue to climb and better themselves here this week as they chase that championship at the end of the year. But one driver who I bet they wish they could just drop Speed Weeks entirely, sitting 16th in points right now, one of our MD3 Rookie of the Year contenders. That's the future Trey Mills. Now, although he didn't have the Speed Weeks he wanted under the World of Outlaws competition, if you've been paying attention to dirt super late model racing in the past few weeks, you saw that race over at Golden Isles. Now, Trey led 27 laps in that feature with the Lucas Oil Dirt Late Model Series until unfortunate accident behind the wheel cost him up and over the wall in turns 1 and 2. But nonetheless, he proved that although he's one of the youngest drivers in super late model competition, obviously a rookie with the Outlaws this year, he can run up front. We caught up with him earlier on about how that all feels and the confidence that came from it, and also what he learned from Golden Isles just a few weeks ago.
Got out front, just had a really good car, and just clean air is so much there, so just was in the clean air, and we're just trying to not make many mistakes. And we had that restart with about 12 to go, I think, and Hudson started kind of throwing some fires at me. We were throwing them back and forth, and I just got in my own head, started over driving a little bit, and ended up getting in the wall and going over. But it was they showed that we can have good speed. It definitely gives me confidence. I struggled a lot at Volusia and Hendry. I don't really know why, just didn't have the car right, and I just wasn't doing a good job qualifying either. But we qualified good every night in the top 3 at Golden Isles last week, so it put us up front. And whenever you start up front like that, it just makes it, I wouldn't say easier, but it's a lot less harder than having to come from 20th. So our main goal is just to qualify good here tonight and start in the front row of a heat race, and just start up front in the feature.
Trey with a different mindset now that points are back on the line with the World of Outlaws here this weekend, but you just heard it, he's going to focus on qualifying to set himself up better for the evening moving forward into here tonight. But man, he's going to have it tough. Not only does he have to contest against all your World of Outlaw drivers, but every single time we come down here to the Southeast, especially Tennessee, man, there's all sorts of good drivers who come out of the woodworks, just to name a few. Chris Madden, Dale McDowell, even our own series director, he's not racing tonight, but Steve Francis has some Outlaw wins here at Volunteer Speedway. But one of those drivers, a very familiar name, celebrating 35 years behind the wheel of a super late model in 2026. That's the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens. And yes, you'll see him out in the 20 here this evening at Volunteer Speedway, but not the Kohler Motorsports 20. Still running for Kohler Motorsports throughout the 2026 season, but good buddies with the promoter as well as owner of Vic Hill Race Engines. Vic Hill called him up and said, hey, you want to run for me here at Volunteer this weekend? And Jimmy said, hey, let's do it. So his first time out in 2026 here this evening, coming hot off of a 2025 championship with the Hunt the Front Dirt Series. And we caught up with Jimmy earlier on this evening about how he's feeling being back behind the wheel of a race car against a lot of these guys who've already been racing for 2, almost 3 months here in 2026. What's it going to be like for him and that Vic Hill team?
Me and Vic's been friends for quite a while, and we're just sitting around shooting the bull one day. He's like, "Why don't you just run my car up here at the Gap?" And sounded like a good idea, so here we are. Pretty tough track, pretty fun track, pretty racy track. Hopefully tonight, especially as we don't keep it dried out. So hopefully we can be a nuisance to everybody. And we got a good hot rod, good engine. Chip Binier builds a good race car, so I'm really excited. It's actually probably the first time I ever raced one of Chip's cars. We're looking forward to the competition because there'll be some tough guys here to outrun.
What are the odds that you end up in victory lane?
I hope they're really, really good.
How special would that be for you and Vic if you were able to get it done here tonight?
It'd be awesome, especially to win in Vic's car in front of our home crowd. That'd be crazy. It'd be something to do.
2 World of Outlaw wins here at Volunteer Speedway, 21 overall, hoping to add to that here this evening for Jimmy Owens. But before we kick off racing action, let's take a quick second to look at the order of events. It'll be the World of Outlaws who roll on the track first for their hot lap session, followed directly by the Sportsman hot lap qualifying session. Then it'll be the World of Outlaws back out on the track for their qualifying session, 2 laps apiece for each of them. Then we'll take a quick break from on-track action for opening ceremonies before the Outlaws have their heats 1 through 4, 8 laps apiece, top 2 into that redraw later on this evening. Then that redraw will take place before the World of Outlaws back out on the track for their last chance showdowns, 2 of those 10 laps apiece. Then it'll be the Sportsman feature to kick off feature racing action here this evening, 20 laps before the World of Outlaw late models hit the track for their feature action, the Rocky Top Rumble, and 40 laps the distance here at Volunteer Speedway. And like I said, my name is Ashton Smythe, and I got you covered with everything down here on the grounds here this evening. But Ruben, you're up in the booth. My first time here to this racetrack. Man, this place is cool, but this place holds a very special place in your heart. I know you kind of got your start here at Volunteer with the World of Outlaw late models, so I wanted to personally welcome you back to Volunteer Speedway, Ruben.
Ashton, thank you so much. It means a lot. Yeah, definitely a fun place to come. And the very first time I got to pit report my first World of Outlaws race back in 2020. We return with another great edition with the World of Outlaws 10th visit. 2 repeat winners, Jimmy Owens, the only repeat winner here this weekend, Brandon Shepard not in attendance. Hot lap session number 1 of 5. Rolling onto the Speedway, it's led out by the number 10, Garrett Smith out of Eatonton, Georgia, and the Atlanta Paving number 10. Good to see Garrett Smith with us here. MD3 Rookie of the Year contender out of St. Augustine, Florida, the 14 of Trey Mills. The future bright for this gentleman. 9 Outlaw starts, best finished 10th at Talladega Short Track last year. Also on the Speedway, you'll find the number 3D. That is going to be Dakota Smith. He hails out of Powell, Tennessee in his second year of Super Late Model Racing. 7 races last year, trying to make his first World of Outlaws feature start here tonight in the 3D. Also on the Speedway, you'll find the number 20 making his 2026 debut out of Newport, Tennessee. The Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens, in his 35th year of Super Late Model Racing and racing in general. One of the 9 drivers to win the Dirt Late Model Dream and the World 100. Also on the Speedway, 3 sixth-place finishes for Dustin Sorensen here in 2026. Off to a great start to his season, currently 7th in the World of Outlaws point standings for the driver out of Rochester, Minnesota. A new look, new paint scheme for the driver out of Mooresville, North Carolina, the Tide Touring number 9, your World of Outlaws point leader, Nick Hoffman. Nick Hoffman, 3 wins already here in 2026 for Nick Hoffman. He's never been to Volunteer Speedway. Nick Hoffman, 5 straight top 5s, 3 of those including victories in the recent World of Outlaws competition. Those are all the drivers on the Speedway as we get ready for hot lap session number 1. Ready to rock and roll here at Volunteer Speedway. There's the 32 of Bobby Pierce on the Speedway. We failed to introduce you to him. Bobby Pierce currently 2nd in the World of Outlaws point standings. In all his visits to Volunteer Speedway, he's never finished in the top 10. But for Bobby Pierce right now, 5 straight podiums, including a victory at Hendry County for the 32 of Bobby Pierce. Garrett Smith right now with the Dirt King simulators. Fastest hot lap at a 13.085, 13.085. Now for Trey Mills, he'll go a 12-second lap, 12.944, the first 12-second lap here for Trey Mills. Track record here at Volunteer Speedway. Our DIRTVision studio did a good job with this one. 11.794. Dalton Wilson back on December 5th of 2020. Again, 11.794 by Dalton Wilson. That beat Vic Hill's old track record back in 2017 of an 11.860. So track record 11.794 here for the 58V of Dalton Wilson. Trey Mills, the top of the charts, 12.944. Good to be back in Tennessee and, of course, outside of Florida Speed Weeks. The points are updated. Go to worldofoutlaws.com. We've taken the best 5 of the 8, and we are in for a fantastic 2026 season. Next group led out by the driver out of Winfield, Tennessee, the 57M of Cameron Marlar. 3 World of Outlaw starts for Cameron Marlar. Best finish with the Outlaws 12th at Smoky Mountain a year ago. Right behind him, the 2018 World of Outlaws champion. Of course, right in his backyard, 18-time World of Outlaws feature winner out of Winfield, Tennessee, the Winfield Warrior, Mike Marlar. Out of New Waverly, Texas, the Best Performance Motorsports number 1, currently 4th in the World of Outlaws point standings. That is Tyler Erb, 4-time World of Outlaws feature winner. Right behind him, out of Waynesville, North Carolina, making his World of Outlaws debut, the number 95, Alex Vance.
And the King Service is number 95 in his first full year of Super Late Model Racing. Fun fact, he won Greg Biffle's Triple B 100. Also on the Speedway, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender at Clewiston, Florida. That's the 55E of Eli Johnson. 5 World of Outlaw starts for Eli Johnson, coming off his best finish, 19th at Hendry County, now in his second year behind the wheel of a Super Late Model. Also on the Speedway, the number 49, Luke Morey to Zeeland, Michigan. The Coleman Farms Racing entry, 3 Outlaw starts coming off his career best finish with 12th at Hendry County. The 49, Jake Tim out of Winona, Minnesota, 69 World of Outlaw starts, now in his 7th year behind the wheel of a Super Late Model, best finish 5th at Norman County a year ago. This is Hot Lap Session number 2. Trey Mills with the only 12-second lap from Hot Lap Session number 1. We'll see what drivers produce here in Hot Lap Session number 2. Of course, rain during the week here at Volunteer Speedway, but Vic Hill yesterday adding water to the racetrack. He's really put this racetrack in prime position since he took ownership. They repainted the walls, made it look really nice. And his whole staff here have worked really hard to get the World of Outlaws back to Volunteer. Trey Mills stays atop of the charts at a 12.944. The fastest out of this group is going to be Tyler Erb, second quickest overall, 13.009. Garrett Smith remains third, Mike Marlar now fourth, and Jimmy Owens in fifth. There you see Brett Coltman. Of course, the Coltman Farms Racing Cup getting ready to commence not too long from now. Nick Hoffman, the champion of that a year ago, now the second annual Coltman Farms Racing Cup. We'll talk more about that as we get closer to that. As we get ready to welcome group number 3, here's Sam Seawright. What a run he's been having with the Outlaws in the 16. Sam Seawright, 2-time Ice Bowl champion. He's had a solid 8th and 10th place finishes at Hendry County with us. Seawright has a lot of experience here in Tennessee as well. In the number 16, he'll be fun to watch. 12 Outlaw starts, best finish 6th at Sonoa last year. The 20 TC at Richmond, Indiana, that's going to be Tristan Chamberlain. 77 World of Outlaw starts, his best finish 3rd at Rocket Raceway Park from 17th that year in 2024. Also on the Speedway, out of Indianola, Iowa, by the way, at Chandler, Arizona, the Kohler Motorsports number 20 RT, Ricky Thornton Jr., the 2024 Lucas Oil 8 Model Dirt Series champion. 66 Outlaw starts, 5 Outlaw victories, that including the 2023 Prairie Dirt Classic. Also on the Speedway, welcome back. We haven't seen him on the racetrack since the Dirt Car Sunshine Nationals with the World of Outlaws at Volusia Speedway Park. Had some cardiac surgery done. That is the Mac Daddy, Dale McDowell. Dale McDowell, 14-time World of Outlaws feature winner, one of the 9 drivers to win the Dirt Late Model Dream and the World. Also on the Speedway, you'll find the number 101. That is going to be Forrest Trent out of Talbot, Tennessee. Forrest Trent, of course, thank you to him, everything that he does. Of course, he owns Service 101, Trent Logging, and a lot of cleanup help after the big hurricane and the big storm that hit a couple years ago. The number 28, Dennis Erb Jr., the 2022 World of Outlaws champion, and the McBride Mac number 28, 15-time World of Outlaws feature winner. And also on the Speedway, the 2006 World of Outlaws champion, T-Mac Tim McCready, currently 3rd in the World of Outlaws point standings in the Dave Warren Power Sports number 9. This is Hot Lap Session number 3. Ricky Thornton Jr. going to go 3rd quick in the 20 RT at a 13.079. The quickest out of this group so far. McCready going to go 6th quick. Seawright now 6th. Trey Mills still the only driver in 12-second lap time. We heard from his interview in pre-race, and he mentioned a word that is a big advantage in racing. Confidence, really just in life in general. He has a lot of confidence. He said he has to qualify really well, and he knows it, and right now he's fastest at the top of the charts, but Ricky Thornton Jr., the fastest out of this group, puts him 3rd quick overall at a 13.050. Here you see Shane McDowell, talking it over with Big Frog Motorsports team member there as we get ready for the next group to roll onto the Speedway. Going to be led out by a driver that has 2 World of Outlaw victories, and both of those coming here in Tennessee at the old 411 Motor Speedway. Corey Hedgecock out of Loudon, Tennessee, getting ready to lead the next group out. We'll allow drivers to make their exit here in turn number 3. And once those drivers make their exit, we'll welcome the next group onto the Speedway. Forrest Trent, final driver down in the infield. We'll get him crossed here in turn number 3 and welcome the next group onto the Speedway, led out by, as mentioned, Corey Hedgecock, the 2022 Schaefer Southern Nationals champion. 2 World of Outlaw victories in his 17 Outlaw starts. Also on the Speedway, last year's MD3 Rookie of the Year champion at Heinemann, Pennsylvania, the G.R. Smith Motorsports Team 22 Incorporated, number 22 star Drake Troutman. 65 Outlaw starts, best finish, of course, that big victory at Peevely a year ago. The 14-year-old out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, Becca Malone, 2 World of Outlaw starts, best finish 9th at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway, November 7th last year. Your track record holder, Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, the Big Frog Motorsports 58B, the current MD3 Rookie of the Year point leader. 43 Outlaw starts, best finish 3rd at Cherokee and Fairbury and Hendry County. In the 74X aboard the ASD Motorsports machine, that is Ethan Dotson out of Bakersfield, California. 66 World of Outlaw starts, best finish, of course, that big victory at Farmer City last year. Also on the Speedway, you'll find the number 22 making his 2026 season debut at Mount Holly, North Carolina. The 22, Chris Ferguson, 2-time World of Outlaws feature winner in his 91 World of Outlaw starts. Out of Marshalltown, Iowa, the Cooney Motorsports entry of Ryan Gustin, 15-time World of Outlaws feature winner. Big win last year, $100,000 at the USA Nationals and $50,000 in the Bayou Classic at Boot Hill Speedway, as those are all the drivers here in Hot Lap session number 4. Gorsuch Performance green flag is out. It pays with the World of Outlaws to be fastest in Hot Laps. Dirt King Simulators awards $100 to the driver with the Dirt King Simulators fastest Hot Lap, and right now it continues to be Trey Mills, the only driver in 12-second territory at a 12.944. Here's Chris Ferguson, sharp-looking 22, debuting it for the first time here in 2026. Ryan Gustin, 8th quickest, fastest overall in this group, 13.209. Drake Troutman 14th quick, Becca Malone 28th, Dotson 16th. Checkered flag is going to fly, and Ryan Gustin, the quickest out of these group of cars. That puts him 8th quick overall at a 13.209. One more Hot Lap session getting ready to roll onto the Speedway momentarily, as these cars will make their exit here in the bottom of turn number 3 and cross the racetrack. There's Jake Tim on your screen in the 49. Jake Tim's been a joy to have on tour in the 49. Jake Tim coming off a great weekend, 14th at 10th at Hendry County, 10th being his best finish of the season so far for the 49 team. Final group rolling onto the Speedway, led out by the number T1 MD3 Rookie of the Year contender at Penton, Alabama, Todd Morrow. Todd Morrow now in his 27th year behind the wheel of a super late model. 3 Outlaw starts, best finish 22nd twice, both at Hendry County. Also on the Speedway, the number 1Z MD3 Rookie of the Year contender at Hookstown, Pennsylvania, the All-American framer, number 1Z Logan Zarin. 15 Outlaw starts, best finish 14th at Sharon Speedway back in 2021. A one-time World of Outlaws feature winner, and it was right here at Volunteer Speedway back in 2020, the 2-day show that we had. That is Zach Mitchell, the 4-time Ultimate Southeast Series champion and 2017 Carolina Clash Super Late Model Series champion. 18 Outlaw starts, big winner here back in 2020. Also on the Speedway to Lake Elmo, Minnesota, the Atlanta Pressure Washers number B1, Brent Larson, going to make his 338th Outlaw start. Best career finish, 2nd multiple times with the Outlaws. Our season opener victor out of Great Court, South Carolina, the Wells Motorsports Infinity House car, number 44, Chris Smokey Madden. 319 Outlaw starts for Madden, 40 career World of Outlaw victories for Chris Madden, your winner here at the Volunteer Speedway with the Outlaws back in 2007. Also on the Speedway at Lincolnton, North Carolina, 16 World of Outlaw starts, best finish 9th at Smoky Mountain a year ago for the 93 of Carson Ferguson in the Paler Motorsports car. And the number 8, Kyle Strickler, final driver out there, the 9-time Dirt Car Modified Feature winner, Dirt Car Nationals Modified Feature winner, I should say, in 2018, Rudeman Memorial winner. Highside Tickler, 2-time World of Outlaws feature winner. As we get ready for the final hot lap session here at Volunteer Speedway. Good drivers here this weekend. We are in for a great show. 35 entries on hand here tonight. No one going to stop Trey Mills. He has the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap, 12.944. Chris Madden, on the other hand, in the 44. There you see him on your screen. Fastest of this group, as Chris Madden goes fourth quick at a 13.077. That's going to do it for our hot laps. We get ready for Sportsman hot lap qualifying coming up next. We have cars exiting here. It gives me a real quick moment. I want to give a good turnout. 35 cars. The average car count, this includes 04, 07, 07, 08, 08, was 4211, but in the modern era from 2018 and on here with the Outlaws here at Volunteer was 28.25, and we have 35 entries tonight. So that's really, really good. 7 cars above the modern era average, so a great field of cars here tonight, and we're in for a good show. All right, joining me up in the booth, Mr. Kevin Payne, the voice of Volunteer Speedway. Kevin, good evening to you, my friend. Limited's getting ready to hot lap and qualify.
Thank you so much, Ruben. Welcome back to the Gap here at Volunteer Speedway. Happy to have you guys back here at the World Outlaws. Man, we've got a good group of Sportsman late models going to be taking the track here in just a moment. 16 of them going to be making the race tonight. All 16 cars will be making the A main, and there will not be a B main in the Sportsman tonight. So that's going to be a good thing for us, and we're getting ready to do some qualifying here in just a moment.
And, Ashton always does a great job going over the schedule. It actually came out while she was doing the schedule. The Sportsman feature will now be before the World of Outlaws feature, so the World of Outlaws feature will be the final event of the night. Just a little schedule update for everybody.
Yes, sir, and we're looking forward to that World Outlaws feature event here in a little bit. Also, we're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves. We've got our first cars making their way onto the racetrack right now. Heath Alvey, that number 7 car from Dandridge, Tennessee, no stranger to Volunteer. Everybody that's been a Volunteer knows he's a top contender here at Volunteer. Cody Courtney in that 55 from Knoxville, Tennessee, makes his way on the track. And that number 3 machine, he's familiar as well. Floyd Self from Asheville, North Carolina. Let's get these cars lined in. I think they're going to do groups of 5 laps, fastest lap. Qualifying Heath Alvey makes his way. Cody Courtney, again, that 55. 5 laps, best lap counts. And that's going to set our tone tonight for our qualifying efforts. Chris Coffey in the 97. Chris Coffey comes to us by way of Bean, Morristown, Tennessee in that 97 machine. He's a hot shoe as well. Of course, like I say, all these Sportsman drivers, man, they put on a great show here at Volunteer Speedway. It's one of the better classes we have. Well, they're all good. If you're on the track at Volunteer Speedway, it's good. Let's see who's going to come out top here tonight as we get our qualifying session underway for our Sportsman late models. Green flag flies. Our flagman on the stand there is going to give us that green. We've got 5 laps of qualifying right now as they make their way around the track, getting the heat in the tire. 14.018 right now by Cody Courtney. Puts down a lap. Tim Moppin in that number 3 machine. That's the number 3 of Tim Moppin at the 14.181. So average the mid-13s right now, low 14s as the first group of the Sportsman late models make their way on the racetrack. Heath Alvey sits top of the leaderboard, 13.652 for Heath Alvey on that last lap. 2 laps to go. White flag being shown by the flagman. Can he beat his time? And he does, 13.590. Cody Courtney now sets in second place in his first group of qualifying efforts here. Can they get it done? Can anybody knock Keith Alvey off the top of that leaderboard as they come to the checker flag this time? And it looks like Keith Alvey is going to be our top qualifier right now in this first group of 4 race cars as they made their way on the racetrack. 13.590. Cody Courtney's 13.682. Tim Moppin had a 13.866. Chris Coffey ended his effort with a 14.137. Not too bad for the first laps here at Volunteer this year. The 2026 racing season now underway, and what a way to start a racing season than right here with the World of Outlaws showing up here. And let me go ahead and say this, fans, thank you guys for showing up and showing out. We appreciate you all being with us this evening and being a part of this race here, the World of Outlaws with DIRTVision.
We just shared it in our social media here, Kevin, but look at the line. We could see it way up here, but look at the line of fans trying to get in from the pit pass.
They're on the outside looking in right now, Ruben, so hopefully they get them through the line pretty quick here.
Oh, man.
And we'll get our second group of the Sportsman late models on the racetrack right now. The 118, Jared Delk from Jamestown, Tennessee, makes his way on the racetrack. Now that number 3, I think, is Mr. Shane Starnes, the 3S. He's on the track. And then the 7J, Aaron Jones from Malsam, Tennessee. That's a new hot rod, good-looking car as he comes out. And then the 50 of Adam Mitchell from Knoxville, Tennessee. He is no stranger here to the Volunteer Speedway and has made his way to the Terry Law Farm Winter Circle a few times at Volunteer. Man, it's just great to see everybody. And I hope everybody's seen the new walls. The white-painted walls, boy, it just looks so pretty. We put the Volunteer Speedway to sleep over the winter, and we're waking her up here, guys, and you guys are helping us. Here we go. Our second group on the racetrack right now, getting the green flag for their 5 laps of qualifying as they make around. Can anybody knock that 13.590 of Heath Alvey off the top of the leaderboard? We're going to see. They carry him down. Vic Hill made some comments about, and if you've seen any of the earlier videos from our Volunteer Speedway page, you've seen that he's done some work on the track, made it a little bit more racy for the guys, and it's good. Everything being good, I'll tell you that. We're excited to see how the racing is going to happen here tonight. Adam Mitchell turns down a 14.107 was his fastest lap so far. 14.075 now by Jared Delk in that 1:18. The 13.590 still staying strong. A couple of drivers in the 13-second bracket. These group right here are in the 14s. Aaron Jones turned a 14.980, and then we got Shane Starnes, a 14.683. This is going to be the second group of qualifiers are getting the white flag. Got a little bit of work to do if they're going to try and beat that 13.590 Heath Alvey has put out. I can done tell the track is going to be racy tonight. I can't wait till the sun goes down a little bit and then that moisture comes back up, and it's going to be fast here at the gap. And looks to me as if Jared Delk in that 1:18 is the fastest in that group. Jared turned a 13.932, which is the 4th fastest right now of our Sportsman qualifiers. The fastest in the second group, but the 4th fastest overall. We'll have our third group coming up, and as they're rolling their on the racetrack here, we've got the number 8. That is Josh Henry. Josh Henry sporting the number 8 machine this year from Newport, Tennessee. And then following him in the 28, that's Jesse Helton from Rogersville, Tennessee. And then following the 22 of Cam Panitsky. Cam Panitsky. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name, but Cam Panitsky from Lonsdale, Minnesota. It's a little bit of a drive to make their way down here to Volunteer, but we appreciate it, and we're happy that they're here with us this evening. And then they're getting their 5 laps as well. This will, again, like I say, we had 16 registered, and I've seen some crawling up the hill too that probably ain't going to make the qualifying tonight here. Tim Bounds in that number 11 machine on the racetrack there from Knoxville. Some of the Knoxville drivers, they come up, support Volunteer Speedway, and man, we appreciate the heck out of them for being here with us. Here we go, back under green. Heath Alvey still holding that number 1 spot with a 13.590. Is anybody going to be able to knock him off of that leaderboard? This third group is making their way. Josh Henry, he's close. He's at 13.806 on his first lap in that number 8 machine. 13.806, can he beat him? We'll see. So as they're making their way around here, this is 5 laps of qualifying. Fastest lap takes it home. That's kind of how we do the things here at Volunteer. 5 laps, groups of 5. And the top qualifier, that's your qualifying effort. 13.714 by Josh Henry, that number 8 machine. That 10 pounds machine just turned a 14.433 was his qualifying effort, which puts him in the 9th fastest spot right now. As the white flag is flying, Josh Henry, can he get it done? He's 2/10 away from that top of the leaderboard. Can he unseat Heath Alvey as the TQ man? And, well, not this week. So far, so good for Heath Alvey. He's still setting the top. Josh Henry was the 2nd fastest overall time, 13.714, fastest of this group as well. Tim Bounds was in there, 9 fastest with a 14.433. Cam Panitsky turned to 14.580, 10th fastest overall. And here we go. We'll get our 4th group on the racetrack. And that will conclude our qualifying efforts. I think this is the final group. Yeah, this is the final group making their way on the racetrack right now for our Sportsman late model qualifying. J2 makes his way on the racetrack. Larry James from Newport, Tennessee. He's part of the James gang, and you're very familiar with open wheel mods. Following him from Dandridge, Tennessee, the number 33 machine, Warren McMahon. Good fast car here at Volunteer, the 14 of Kyle Courtney from Knoxville, Tennessee. And then to round it out, the 91. Let's get him checked in here. I think that's one that wasn't added on to my list here. We'll get him checked in. Well, comes up as Floyd Self. So is that Floyd Self? We'll check it out here. We'll see. We'll get back with you. I guess it is. I guess I see that number 3 circled there. So Floyd Self in the number 3 little circle. I thought I seen 91 on that race car. 913. Anyway, here we go. Can anybody knock Heath Alvey off the top of that leaderboard? I don't know. Here we go. Tall water to come in right now. 13.590 is a good fast lap for the Sportsman late model. Let's see. We got some good cars out there that can get it done. But can they do it? We'll see. So far, Warren McMahon turns the 10th fastest lap with a 14.288. And he moves up 1 position to 9th with a 14.166. Floyd Self was 15th fastest right now with a 14.600. Well, I just don't know. Here we go. Heath Alvey still holding the catbird right now as he comes around. They're going to get ready to get the white flag, this time by the flagman. You got one more chance, guys, to get to the top of that leaderboard. Here we go. Warren McMahon still at that 10th bracket mark, 10th spot. And here we are. The checker flag is in hand. Here we go. And it looks to me like, well, he does it right here. The opening race this season at Volunteer Speedway, the Sportsman top qualifier. He's going to lead us to the first green flag in the feature a little bit later on. That's that number 7 machine with a 13.590. Heath Alvey, good qualifying effort there for him. The rest of the guys, they'll go back to their trailer and do just a little bit of work and see if they can't get those cars faster before the feature race. All right, guys, and here we go. We'll get ready to turn it back over to our good friend, Mr. Ruben, with the World of Outlaws. Ruben, are you ready?
Ready. Let's do it. Let's qualify them. Thank you very much, Kevin. Group AB here this evening for the Outlaws. 32 cars or more puts us at a 4-heat program. 35 entries here this evening. So 18 cars in Group A, 17 cars in Group B. Fastest driver, Group A, starts on the pole of Heat 1. Second fastest on the pole of Heat 2. Third and fourth filled to the outside of the front row. The opening 2 heats of the night. Etc., etc. Group B, same thing, but for heat races 3 and 4 here this evening. Track record 11.794, set by Dalton Wilson on December 5th, 2020. Trey Mills with the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap earlier this evening at a 12.944. Crews going to make their way into the infield. Some fans as well going to make their way to the infield here and then we will get ready to bring them out 2 cars at a time. Tomorrow night, the World of Outlaws head to Smoky Mountain Speedway. We hope to see you there in Maryville, Tennessee, just on the other side of Knoxville. If you've never been, come and join us. Beautiful facility there as well, and some great racing action to conclude a great weekend in Tennessee before we head to Mississippi next weekend at the Magnolia Motor Speedway for the first time with the World of Outlaws. One of the 8 new facilities all time with the Outlaws. Excited to get down there next week before we head to East Alabama and Sanoa the following weekend. Cars getting in, staging in order down there. Looks like about half of Group A has made their way down there. And we get ready to commence in just a few short moments. Final drivers from the Sportsman division getting pushed out here in turn number 3. Track looks to be clear now as they'll shut that gate and get ready to commence. Thank you to Vic Hill and everyone here at Volunteer Speedway. Man, what a great facility. Great turnaround. Of course, first race of 2026 for our friends here at Volunteer Speedway, and glad to be back at the Gap for the Rocky Top Rumble. And we commence with our first driver in qualifying. Joining us out of Eatonton, Georgia, the Atlanta Paving, G-Spot Incorporated, Cadillac Ranch, Garrett Smith Performance, VP Racing Fuels, Bob Oswell Oil, Schaefer's Racing Oil, Chase Motorsports, VG Performance, Stanley's Painting, Longhorn, Vic Hill, number 10, Garrett Smith. Out of Rochester, Minnesota, the Altenburg Construction, Paulson Rock Products, J&S Repair, JCB Equipment, Rochester Chevrolet, 63 Club, number 19, Dustin Sorensen in trouble as the 10, Garrett Smith hit the wall and around down the back straightaway. It was a hard hit in turn number 2. Chris Tilley helping us out here this weekend from the Valvoline Ironman Series, first to the scene there and getting the word from the World of Outlaws Radio, powered by Racing Electronics. The driver's okay. Let's take a look at the DIRTVision replay of what happened here. Turn number 2, Garrett Smith, right rear in the wall and hard in the back straightaway, sending the 10 car around. Turn 2 right there. And then a little high there and hard into the wall went the 10 of Garrett Smith. Sideways went Garrett Smith. Oof, what a hard hit that is for Garrett Smith. Not the start he wanted. He took the green flag, but no lap time obviously going to be recorded for him. We'll see if they're able to continue their night as Garrett Smith. Ashton, downstairs to you. We'll keep it up here as Garrett Smith, you see him sitting there surveying the damage of his 10 car. Medic's going to have a chat with the 10 of Garrett Smith just to make sure he's 100% okay. Safety always our number 1 priority with our drivers. And Garrett Smith going to get the ride in the Dave Warren Power Sports safety vehicle back to his pit as he looks at his car and just a rough start for Garrett Smith. Glad to have him back. First time we've seen him this season in the 10. The young driver out of Eatonton, Georgia. The 23-year-old, I'm going to say probably going to be done for the night here. As you can see, a heavy damage to the 10. New paint scheme and everything for that car. Looked great, looked sharp. In fact, the first team to pull into the pit area, they pulled in yesterday evening. First team here, they were out there excited, ready to be here, and unfortunately, not the start they wanted to this one. So they'll tow that to the infield. Dustin Sorensen, meanwhile, on the other hand, has been sitting there taking all this in the 19, and a driver, very limited experience around here. Kind of intimidating when something like that happens, and Dustin Sorensen's just had to take this all in as he sits there at a complete stop in turn number 2. There you see as he'll get ready to qualify here in just a few moments. And there you see a closer look at Garrett Smith's number 10 car, and you can see the rear end absolutely knocked out of it. So right now, officials just also looking at the racetrack, being reports of a little bit of a hole that was dug up there from the 10 car on the surface of the racetrack. So just making sure that hole ain't going to cause any more ruckus here, and make sure the track is smooth and okay. You see officials taking a look at that on the backstretch. So Dustin Sorensen only took the green, but of course never recorded a lap, so we will proceed with qualifying here. Dustin Sorensen and now Trey Mills will join him on the Speedway in the 14 here. And Trey Mills going to require a push in the 14. He gets it on. So Dustin Sorensen on the Speedway. We introduced you to him. Now let's introduce you to the 14 MD3 Rookie of the Year contender to St. Augustine, Florida. The Mills Concrete, Bilstein, H&R Race Engines, FK Roddins, VG Performance, VP Racing Fuels, Boswell Oil, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, Longhorn Clements. Number 14, the future Trey Mills. Dustin Sorensen ready to clock in lap number 1 in the 19. Dustin Sorensen will go quickest, 13.153, 13.153 for Dustin Sorensen. And Trey Mills going to go to the top of the charts. Another 12-second lap, 12.995 for Trey Mills, the only driver in 12-second lane in hot laps, and will continue that here in qualifying. Dustin Sorensen will not improve, and Trey Mills even faster. In the 14, Trey Mills will set the bar at a 12.856 for the 14. Dustin Sorensen second quick at a 13.153. Up next, your current World of Outlaws point leader out of Mooresville, North Carolina, the Tide Touring, NOS, Energy Drink, C&W Trucking, Lone Wolf Petroleum, Holdren Construction, Remtech Industries, Petroff Towing, Bilstein Travail Equipment. Number 9, Nick Hoffman. In his 35th year of racing out of Newport, Tennessee, the CBR race car Vic Hill powered, Estes Brothers Construction, Pure Max Racing Oil, T&D Rocker Arms, SRI Performance, the Thrill.TV. Number 20, the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens. Nick Hoffman going to go second quick, 13.123 for Hoffman. Jimmy Owens will cross the line second quick, 13.073 for Jimmy Owens. Nick Hoffman on his final lap will cross the line to the top of the charts goes Hoffman, 12.825 4, the 9 of Nick Hoffman, and the number 20 of Jimmy Owens. New quick time, Jimmy Owens. Jimmy Owens at a 12.778 for the Vic Hill Racing number 20, as he now goes atop of the charts at a 12.778. Nick Hoffman second, Trey Mills third, Dustin Sorensen in the top 4. Next two qualifiers getting ready to roll onto the Speedway at Powell, Tennessee. The Preferred Living Homes, Driven Fire Trucks, Phantom Racing Equipment, Longhorn Phantom Power. Number 3, that is Dakota Smith. The defending two-time World of Outlaws Series champion out of Oakwood, Illinois. The Low Voltage Solutions, Churchill Transportation, Caller Brothers Towing, Rio Grande Way Services, Pontiac RV, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Carnegie Towing, Simply Braided Customs, Longhorn Vic Hill. Number 32, Bobby Pierce. Opening lap here for Dakota Smith. He will cross the line, go 5th quick at a 13.915. Bobby Pierce has never finished in the top 10 in all the events he's entered here, and Pierce is going to go 4th quick at a 13.090. Dakota Smith going to go 6th quick at a 13.915. And final lap time here for the 32 of Pierce. To the top of the charts goes Pierce. He's now quickest here in Group A as Bobby Pierce turns a 12.709. 12.709. He's quickest over Jimmy Owens, Nick Hoffman, and Trey Mills. This racetrack's so banked that it's all covered in the shade except the top of 3 and 4. When them drivers come around the corner, you can see the sunshine in their visors as they work off of turn number 4. Up next, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender to Clewiston, Florida, the Clyde Johnson Contracting and Roofing Performance, Napa Total Claim Source, 7 Peak Steel, Michael Johnson Productions, Longhorn Eagle Power, number 55E, Eli Johnson. Also on the Speedway, out of Zeeland, Michigan, the Coleman Farms Racing, MPM Marketing, Bill Stein, Ferris Commercial Mowers, Autism Awareness, Longhorn Clements, number 49, Luke Morey. Opening lap for Eli Johnson. He'll go 6th quick at a 13.710. Here comes Luke Morey for his first lap. He'll bump Johnson down to 7th as he goes 6th quick at a 13.257. And checkered flag in the air here for Eli Johnson. He'll cross the line and he will go 7th quick, first lap better. And Luke Morey will cross the line, and Luke Morey faster, 5th quick at a 13.090. Top 4 puts you on the front row of the opening 2 heats of the night, and right now it's Bobby Pierce, Jimmy Owens, Nick Hoffman, and Trey Mills, the top 4. There you see Nick Hoffman, Dustin Sorensen, and Trey Mills all looking at the times on My Race Pass. Next car to the Speedway, out of Winona, Minnesota, the Gorilla Mill, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Oak Ridge Fabrication, Horman's HVAC On Demand, Shirts, Rush Race Gear by Austin Witt, Stone Machinery, Willie's Carbon Dyno Shop, Swift Springs, Longhorn Coronet, number 49, that is Jake Tim. Jake Tim requiring a push here to get going, and Jake Tim gets it fired in the middle of 3 and 4. So we'll stay under yellow, not coming to green here for Jake Tim, as he required a push to get his 49 car rolling. We'll wait for him to get around in turn number 2, and then we'll get the next driver out to stay in the correct order. There you see Vic Hill, car owner, and of course owner of Volunteer Speedway, talking with his driver Jimmy Owens there. And also on the Speedway, Cameron Marlar to Winfield next. So he will not make it out, so we'll stay with Jake Tim in the 49. So Jake Tim in the 49, back with us, of course, now sophomore year for Jake Tim, coming off a 14th and 10th place finish at Hendry County, 10th being his best of the season. Jake Tim will come around to go 7th quick at his opening lap at a 13.174. Jake Tim, the biggest challenge of his career last year, running the Outlaws for Rookie of the Year, and continues to improve and improve, and he will improve on lap number 2, 5th quick for the 49 at a 13.021 for Jake Tim. Bobby Pierce still atop of the charts at a 12.709 over Jimmy Owens, Nick Hoffman, Trey Mills, Jake Tim, Luke Morey, Dustin Sorensen, Eli Johnson, and Dakota Smith, rounding out the field in 9th. Up next, joining us from Winfield, Tennessee, the Curl Properties, Extreme Flooring, Bilstein, Excess Power, Platinum Designs, Mac Metal Sales, Wayne Bowen Racing Supply, Clements Power, number 57, that is Cameron Marlar. Out of Winfield, Tennessee, the 2018 World of Outlaws champion, we got The family members out there, the Dow Equipment, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Langenfelder Mechanical Contractors, Petrov Towing, Can-Am Auto Salvage, number 157, Mike Marlar. Opening lap for Cameron Marlar, 7th quick, 13.101. Here comes Mike Marlar. He'll cross the line, and Mike Marlar, 2nd quick at a 12.730. 12.730 for Mike Marlar. Cameron Marlar, 2nd quick, 12.714. What a lap by Cameron. Here comes Mike Marlar. He will not improve. How about Cameron Marlar out-qualifying Mike Marlar as Mike Marlar goes 3rd. Cameron Marlar 2nd quick, and Bobby Pierce still with a time to beat. So your top 4 is Pierce, Cameron, Mike, and Jimmy Owens. Next 2, joining us out of Waynesville, North Carolina, the King Services, Blue Ridge Contracting, Shane Willis Construction, Muckender Towels, Clark Plumbing, Best Builders, Double Nickel Race Car, Clements Power, number 95, Alex Vance. Out of New Waverly, Texas, the Best Performance Motorsports, Bulk Material Lift, First Class Septic, Coles County Speedway, Roberts Beat Company, Paul Construction, Anthony's Pizza, number 1, Tyler Erb. Opening lap for Alex Vance, he'll go 9th quick at a 13.119. Tyler Erb way up there along the wall, and Tyler Erb will cross the line 6th quick at a 12.836. Here comes Vance. He will not improve. He'll keep lap number 1, go 10th quick at a 13.119. And Tyler Erb will cross the line. And Turbo better, 4th quick at a 12.754 for Tyler Erb. Top 4, starting in the front row, and it's Bobby Pierce, Cameron Marlar, Mike Marlar, Tyler Erb now cracks the top 4 in the Best Performance Motorsports, number 1. Next 2 qualifiers, getting ready to roll onto the Speedway. Joining us out of Richmond, Indiana, and the Gibson Racing, Vision Woodworks, Vision Homes, DCE Fabrication, Pardos Towing Service, Burt Transmission, FK Rollins, Penske, VP Racing Fuels, Simpson, Longhorn Spec, number 20 TC, Tricky, Tristan Chamberlain. Out of Fort Payne, Alabama, the Coleman Farms Racing, MPM Marketing, Bilstein, J&R Excavating, Lance Little Truck and Trailer Repair, Autism Awareness, Special Needs School of Gwinnett, Longhorn Clements, number 16, it's Sam Seawright. Time to beat, 12.709. Top 7 and 12-second lap time. Chamberlain 12th quick at a 13.449. Here comes Sam Seawright, 6th quick for Seawright. He's been fun to watch in this Coleman Farms car. 6th quick at a 12.783. And Chamberlain will go faster, 13th quick, 13.311. And checkered flag in the air here for Sam Seawright, up 2 positions. And Sam Seawright, 4th quick at a 12.750 in the 16. A good lap for Sam Seawright as Bobby Pierce, Cameron Marlar, Mike Marlar, and Sam Seawright are the top 4. Only 2 cars to go here in qualifying in Group A, and you'll find the number 20 RT Ricky Thornton Jr. of Indianola, Iowa, by the way, at Chandler, Arizona, and the Kohler Motorsports, Hoker Trucking Knights Company, Sunoco, Coleman Farms, Capital Waste, Bilstein, Certified Inspection Service, Jones Racing Products, number 20 RT. In the Dave Warren Power Sports, Corey Rubber Corporation, Exis Storage, JHI Hydraulics, One Rail, Sherlock Ventures, Flawless Roofing, Longhorn Clements, number 9, that is T-Mac Tim McCready. Ricky Thornton Jr. quickest at a 12.573 in the 20 RT. And here comes McCready, 15th quick at a 13.481. Wow, Ricky Thornton Jr. faster, 12.482 for Ricky Thornton Jr. Can McCready top that? McCready will go faster, 10th quick at a 12.958, but Ricky Thornton Jr. will be quickest here in Group A at a 12.482 in that Kohler Motorsports number 20 RT. Of course, pending the Intercomp scales, Intercomp the official scales of the World of Outlaws and Dirt Car Racing. Ricky Thornton Jr. will put it on the Intercomp scales, and Ricky Thornton Jr. with a whopping 12.482. They'll check the droop. You can see Melvin Welch, Tech Director for the World of Outlaws back there. Ricky Carangola as well, Assistant Tech Director there. Putting the droop tool behind the car and making sure it passes the droop. They put the measurement to it. And looks like it's official. Ricky Thornton Jr. going to be fastest here in Group A at a 12.482. Unbelievable lap here for the 20 RT as Ashton is going to be downstairs with a 20 RT.
Last one out here in Group A and fastest overall. Qualifying here is so important. How much easier do your day just get now that you're starting P1 in Heat 1?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of worried they're going out late, but I feel like the track probably just cleaned up a little bit. It almost feels like it's starting to rubber there in 3 and 4, so hopefully we can get a good start. I feel like the outside's probably way better than the bottom just because of the banking here, but hopefully I get a good start, be able to get out front. Obviously, I got to thank Burrows and Tharp. Been working hard to shop everyone. Bryce and KP and Jordan Evan, obviously Bobby and Jessica Kohler for giving me this opportunity. Hopefully we can keep our speed going. We can put our Knights Company Hooker truck in Longhorn up in Victory Lane.
RTJ with a wicked fast lap to go fastest overall in Group A here for qualifying. Sets him up good for the rest of the night. We'll see what he's got in heat race number 1.
He'll have the front row with Cameron Marlar in Heat 1 and Bobby Pierce and Mike Marlar on the front row of heat race number 2. We get ready to line up heats 3 and 4. Up first at Talbot, Tennessee. You'll find Forrest Trent, as we'll probably cross Ricky here before we welcome the next group. So the gate was still open. We allow the 20 RT to roll on by. The gate will get shut, and now we get ready to commence Group B. Forrest Trent leads us in the service of 101, Trent Logging. Team Zero race car Vic Hill powered number 101, and also on the Speedway, the number 28, Dennis Erb Jr. Out of Carpentersville, Illinois, the McBride Mac, Vomac Truck Sales, 5-Star Race Car Bodies, Fox Shocks, Riverton Party Store, Kaiser, VP, PRC, Dundee Heating and Air Conditioning, and Cullen Signs, number 28, Rocket Clements of Dennis Erb Jr. Forrest Trent come around and kick us off with a 718, 718 for Forrest Trent. Dennis Erb Jr. going to go second quick at a 13.463. Forrest Trent faster, 12.646 for the 101. Great laps for him. And Dennis Erb Jr. will cross the line faster, 13.330. But Forrest Trent will kick us off early here in Group B at a 12.646 for Forrest Trent in the 101. Trying to make his second Outlaw start here tonight. One start that came back in 2020 here at Volunteer, got 11th. Up next, fresh off cataract surgery out of Chickamauga, Georgia, the Team Zero race car Clements powered Raceco, Fox Shocks, AAA General Contractors, Clot Synthetics, Comedic Gasket, Northeastern Fabrication, number 17, the Mac Daddy, Dale McDowell. Out of Bakersfield, California, the ASD Motorsports, Jarrett Rifles, North Augusta Customs, XL Flooring, Taco John's, Brad Benton Trucking, BK Grading and Paving, Longhorn Clements, number 74X, Ethan Dodson. Dale McDowell, second quick at a 12.883. Here comes Tim McCready, Ethan Dodson, third quick at a 12.918 for Ethan Dodson. Dale McDowell, can he go to the top of the charts? He improves, but will stay second quick at a 12.795. And Ethan Dodson in the 74X will cross the line. He'll go second quick. Ethan Dodson, second quick at a 12.767. Dale McDowell, third quick at a 12.795. Dennis Erb Jr. fourth. And Forrest Trent with the time to beat early here in Group B at a 12.646. Up next out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, the Eason Roofing Company, Fred Caldwell Chevrolet, Mid-Atlantic Roofing Supply, WP Racing Shocks, Matt Mann Designs, number 23, Beckham Malone. Out of Marshalltown, Iowa, the Cooney Motorsports, Hoger Trucking, Custom Fabricating and Repair, Carl Chevrolet, Allen Seamus Gutters, Murray Farms, VP Racing Fields, Heartland, Infinity, Vic Hill, J. Dickens, number 19R, the Reaper, Ryan Gustin. Opening lap for Beckham Malone. He'll go fifth quick at a 13.799. 13.799 for Malone. Ryan Gustin will get ready to cross the line. Fourth quick for Gustin, 14.063. Malone will cross the line and he will go faster but stay sixth quick at a 13.729. Ryan Gustin went fourth in his opening lap. He'll go faster but stay fourth quick at a 12.933. Forrest Trent laying down the quickest here in Group B at a 12.646 over Dodson, McDowell, and Gustin. The top four is where you want to be if you want a front row starting spot in heats 3 and 4. Debuting his first night here in 2026 at Mount Holly, North Carolina, the Live Oak Aesthetic and Family Dentistry. Vanilla Cycles, Heckles Plumbing, Animal Care Clinic, a Concord, Fast Laps, Open Heart, Splits Bar and Grill, Spray Foam Technologies, and Kentucky Stinger Clements. Number 22, Chris Ferguson. Out of Heinemann, Pennsylvania, the G.R. Smith Motorsports, Victory Circle Auto Sales, Gambler Transport, Brickhouse Tavern, Lake House Wine and Bar, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Longhorn Coronet. Number 22 star, Drake Troutman. Ferguson, 5th quick at a 13.010. Drake Troutman, the 22 star, will cross the line, and Drake Troutman going to go 7th quick at a 13.351. Final lap here for Ferguson. He'll remain 5th quick, but faster, 12.959. And Drake Troutman in the 22 star will cross the line, and he will go faster up to 6th quick at a 13.215. So Troutman 6th, Chris Ferguson 5th. No change in the top 4. It's still Forrest Trent atop of the charts over Ethan Dotson, Dale McDowell, and Ryan Gustin. Up next, your current MD3 Rookie of the Year point leader out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, the Big Frog Motorsports, Viper Risk Management, Ocala Restaurant and Supply, New Point Lighting and Design, Dave's Towing, ICS, B&L Construction and Septic Service, number 58V, Dalton Wilson. And the number 23 in Loudon, Tennessee, the Penske Base Racing Field, Chase Motorsports Coach and Trailer, Viper Risk Management, Bell Equipment, CH Enterprise, King Risk Partners, Majestic Mobile Dental, Longhorn Eagle Power. Number 23, Corey Hedgecock. Dalton Wilson, 7th quick at a 13.319. Opening lap here for Corey Hedgecock. He'll cross the line. 4th quick for Corey Hedgecock, 12.890. And Dalton Wilson will cross the line. 2nd quick for Wilson, 12.740 for the Big Frog, number 58B. And Corey Hedgecock will not improve. He gets bumped out of the top 4. He'll go 5th quick. And Dalton Wilson, 2nd quick at a 12.740 for the current MD3 Rookie of the Year point leader, currently 10th in the World of Outlaws point standings. There you see Ethan Dotson taking a look at the times. He currently sits 3rd quick overall. Currently right now has the outside of the front row of the opening heat with Forrest Trent, but of course still a long way to hoe here as we are 10 in, 7 to go here in Group B. I believe debris somewhere in 1 and 2, and we will get that picked up. You can see the officials out there in 1 and 2. This racetrack very, very banked. Talking with officials earlier today and trying to get the confirmation. The banking between 32 to 35 degrees of banking. I know videos and pictures don't do justice. When I got here yesterday, I stood in turn number 2 and just said, wow. It is banked, folks. It is banked. Up next, the number 8. Out of Mooresville, North Carolina, the G-Style Transport, Canton Industries, W.L. Marion Plumbing, Donaldson Grading, Jarovitz Motorsports Shock Service. Number 8, the High Side Tickler, Kyle Strickler, an MD3 Rookie of the Year contender out of Hookstown, Pennsylvania, the All-American Framer, Brandon's Lawn and Landscape, Lovell Enterprise, Valvoline, Napa Auto Parts, Zarin Truck and Auto. Number 1Z, Logan Zarin. Kyle Strickler will clock in 5th quick, 12.850 for Strickler. Here comes Logan Zarin, 11th quick at a 13.619. Kyle Strickler laid down a really good lap number 1. Can he improve upon that as Kyle Strickler will cross the line? Strickler faster, 4th quick for the 8 of Strickler, 12.788. And Logan Zarin faster as well. He will remain 11th quick at a 13.381. But Kyle Strickler right now puts him in that top 4 as he goes 12.788, 4th quick. Ethan Dotson still 3rd, Dalton Wilson 2nd, and Forrest Trent still atop of the charts at a 12.646. Joining us out of Lincolnton, North Carolina, the Paler Motorsports, Hoopaw Grading, Coleman Farms, Buddy's Wrecker and Automotive Services, Solidified Concrete Floor Solutions, Victory Seats, Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, Triple Electric, number 93, Carson Ferguson. Out of Lake Elmo, Minnesota, the Land of Pressure Washers, Fuel Factory, Hanco Corporation, T-Pec, The Real Cafe, TS Warehouse, Longhorn, Vic Hill, number B1, Brent Larson. Opening lap for Carson Ferguson in the 93. Carson Ferguson, 4th quick for Carson, 12.774. Here comes Brent Larson in the B1. He'll cross the line 14th quick at a 13.804. Can Carson improve in the 93? He'll cross the line. He won't, but 4th quick is pretty good at a 12.774. Second lap slower at a 12.837. And Brent Larson will cross the line, improving to a 13.554. Remains 13th quick in the B1. Just 3 cars to go here in Group B. And already a feature winner with the Outlaws this season at a great court, South Carolina. The Wells Motorsports, Millwood Plumbing, Henderson Amusement, Convenient Lube, Stack Products, VP Racing Fuels, Hardison Suspension Technologies, Weir's Machine, Gorsuch Performance, All-Star Performance, Infinity, Clements, number 44, Chris Smokey Madden. Winner with the Outlaws here in 2020 at a Spartanburg, South Carolina. The Nichols Plumbing, Clary Hood Incorporated, Crescent Moon Pools, Upstate Land Management, Tap 3, Longhorn Clements, 57, Zach Mitchell, Chris Madden, fastest at a 12.398 here in Group B. Zach Mitchell going to go 8th quick at a 12.871. Chris Madden with a whopping lap and does not improve, but it doesn't matter because he goes to the top of the charts with only 1 qualifier to go after Zach Mitchell crosses the line, and Zach Mitchell faster but 8th quick, and Chris Madden lays down a whopping 12.398 to go quickest here in Group B. And quickest overall as well for the 44, Chris Madden, with only 1 qualifier to go here this evening. Up next, at a Penton, Alabama MD3 Rookie of the Year contender in the Team Zero race car, Vic Hill powered Britton Motorsports, CTZ Disaster Response, AAA General Contractors, J3 Investment Group, Andy's Towing, Shane McDowell Racing, ST Sales, number T1, Todd Morrow. Time to beat 12.398 set by Madden over Forrest Trent, Dalton Wilson, and Ethan Dotson in the top 4. Opening lap coming up here for the T1 of Todd Morrow. He'll go 12th quick at a 13.195. 13.195 for Todd Morrow, coming off his career best and season best 22nd pair place finishes for him at Hendry County, and he will not improve. He'll stay 12th quick. But race fans, quickest in Group B and quickest overall here this evening out of Great Court, South Carolina, with a time of 12.398, his 39th career quick time with the series. There's the DIRTVision replay. None other than our season opener winner, Chris Smokey Madden at Wells Motorsports, Millwood Plumbing, Henderson Amusement, Convenient Lube, Stack Products, number 44. What a lap. As Chris Madden will have the front row with a 58 of Dalton Wilson, and Forrest Trent and Ethan Dotson in the front row of the final heat of the night. Ashton, what a lap.
Yeah, another insane lap out of our fastest overall in Group B and fastest overall. Chris, what an insane lap. Walk me through how you set this quick time.
I mean, we just got a good hot rod right now here, and was able to just carry a lot of speed, straight. We tagged the wall right there a little bit, but overall just made 2 good laps and tried to put it together. Going out late, I was a little concerned, but the racetrack held in there for us. So hats off to Vic and all his crew and everybody here at Bulls Gap. Thanks to all the fans coming out. Thanks to Wales Motorsports, Infinity Race Cars, Clements Automotive, just all the guys that plays a big part of this. We'd like to thank each and every one of them and to say hi to the family back home and David and Buzzy and all the guys watching. Hope we can get a win tonight.
A good hot rod and a good notebook here at Volunteer Speedway helped Chris Madden make that wicked fast lap time here. Fastest overall qualifier, Chris Smokey Madden.
Currently 6th on the all-time quick times, 39th quick time for Chris Madden. Shane Clanton 5th on that list with 45. Josh Richards all-time with 58. That's going to do it for qualifying here this evening at Volunteer Speedway, the 10th ever visit for the Outlaws to Volunteer, and we are in for a dynamite one. For everyone watching around the world on DIRTVision, we're going to step aside. We'll be right back from the Rocky Top Rumble.
Drivers getting word over the Racing Electronics one-way communication system. Back under green flag conditions. So once again, we'll await the lap times here in the tower, and Christopher Traum now a half a second better than Reese Moran's earlier lap. Traum goes a 14.102 to take over the top spot. Scotty Thiel in second now with a 14.314. Casey Jedrzejczyk now takes the second spot at a 14.120. Traum the first into the 13-second range at a 13.826. There is that full second of lap time improvement we mentioned. Casey Jedrzejczyk into the 13s as well at a 13.950. Scotty Thiel into the 13s. Jedrzejczyk 13.861, just behind Christopher Traum for the top spot. As the white flag is displayed, we begin the final lap of Race Ready Hot Lap session number 1. Checkered flag in the air. Race Ready Hot Lap session number 1 is complete. Fastest driver in that first Race Ready Hot Lap session, Christopher Traum in car number 24 team. Traum's lap time 13.826 seconds. Casey Jedrzejczyk second quick at a 13.861. Scotty Thiel third at a 13.941. Garrett Williamson and Christopher Townsend round out the top 5. So the drivers in that first Race Ready Hot Lap session making their way into the pit area. We have to wait for them to cross the push-off lane before we can get the drivers in Race Ready Hot Lap session at number 2 stage. They now begin to make their way into the staging lane. And we'll quickly get downstairs to Connor Wade for a report on the 45X of Reese Moran. We'll catch up with Connor in just a bit. First driver to stage for Race Ready Hot Lap session number 2 from Calera, Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Truck Driving Academy, Randy Sanders Trucking, High Plains Building Division Rush Race Gear number 88R of Ryder LaPlante. And the native of North Pole, Alaska, who now calls Heartland, Wisconsin home, driving the Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup Pour Racing Klemco Family All-Star Performance number 17B. That's the North Pole Nightmare, Bill Baylog. Feature winner here last year from Pengrove, California, the Toyota Racing Mobile 1 Roth Motorsports, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation number 83, of Buddy Kofoid. And from Lemoore, California, piloting 2C Racing Outlaw Wings, Wedge High Performance Carts, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, Level Utilities number 2C, Cole Macedo. From Rawson, Ohio, driving the Golden Flavor Sesame Sticks, Vulcan Fire Protection HP Engines, Berryman Racing Suspension number 98, Ricky Peterson. And from Lubbock, Texas, behind the wheel of the LG North America, KSI Industrial, Excel Compression, One Man and a Dog Lawn Care, Buy American Oil, number 2B, John Carney II. From Sunnyvale, Texas, the Prime Powders, Town Line Variety, Bear Paw Convenience, Keebler & Sons, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, High Performance Lubricants, number 15H of Sam Hafer-Teep Jr. Those are the drivers slated for the second Race Ready Hot Lap session of the evening for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Underway with Race Ready Hot Lap session number 2 as the drivers chase Christopher Traum's 13.826. Buddy Kofoid at the top of the speed chart. Kofoid turns a 13.504, but a problem with a 2B of John Carney II. He'll coast into the infield. And now a problem for Ricky Peterson as well in the number 98. So we go under yellow flag conditions. So problems for two drivers in this race-ready hot lap session. Ricky Peterson was off the pace in the number 98. The 2B of John Carney coming to a stop in the infield. Peterson heading back to the pit area now on the backstretch. And seems to be a problem with that number 2B, having difficulty getting that car out of gear. So the Brett Becker Motorsports 2B headed back to the pit area. It looks like the racetrack has been cleared, and so we are about to resume green flag action for Race Ready Hot Lap session number 2. Sam Haferteep to the top of the speed chart, but Buddy Kofoid first into the 12-second range. Kofoid turns a 12.975. Sam Haferteep entered a 13.248. Bill Baylog at a 13.398. Checkered flag in the air for the drivers in race ready hot lap session number 2. Fastest driver in that race-ready hot lap session, only driver into the 12-second range so far, Buddy Kofoid in car number 83. Kofoid's lap time, 12.958 seconds. Sam Haferteep second at a 13.248. Bill Baylog third, 13.398. Ryder LaPlante and Christopher Traum round out the top 5 overall in race-ready hot laps so far. Driver staging for race ready hot lap session at number 3. First to make his way onto the speedway from Bossier City, Louisiana, in the Griffith Trucking Kennedy Racing Engines, number 9, Josh McCord. And from Scurry, Texas, the Top Choice Masonry, number 99, X of Dalton Stevens. From Lebanon, Indiana, driving the NOS Energy Drink, West Tennessee Expediting, Tag Truck Center, ZMAX, Stanton Racing Engines, number 17, Spencer Baston. And car number 85, the DFW Urethane, Texas Aeroplastics, Dougherty Brothers Construction at number 85, from Seagoville, Texas, Colby Stubblefield. From Sapulpa, Oklahoma, driving the York Plumbing, Smiley's Race Products, Glenn Stires Racing, CSR Garage, Blood Lubricants, number 52, Blake Hahn. And from Corsicana, Texas, in the Builders Electric, PRC Engines, Realty Roofing, KGM Trucking, MT Custom Metal Fabrication, number 10G, Marcus Thomas. And the two-time and defending World of Outlaws champion from Watertown, Connecticut, driving the ShopUsits.com, Billionauto.com, Prosper Real Estate Investments, JRC Transportation, Jackson Motorplex, number 2, David Gravel. Set to fire engines for race-ready hot lap session number 3. We wave the green flag on Race Ready Hot Lap session number 3. David Gravel into the 12-second range, second quickest so far, 12.978. Spencer Baston into the top 5 at a 13.533. Dalton Stevens now into the top 5. Colby Stubblefield into the infield in car number 85. We continue under green flag conditions. Checkered flag waves on Race Ready Hot Lap session number 3. David Gravel, the fastest driver in that group, second quickest overall, the second driver into the 12-second range. He turned a lap of 12.978. Buddy Kofoid still fastest overall with that 12.958. Gravel second, Sam Haferteep now third, quick, Bill Baylog fourth, and Dalton Stevens completing the top 5. Drivers from Race Ready Hot Lap session number 1 about to return to the Speedway. They will get a second Race Ready Hot Lap session. Lap times were still in the 14-second bracket or so when they were out earlier. The track has improved greatly, and we want to give these drivers a chance to see the track in conditions that much more closely resemble what they will encounter during our Honest Abe Roofing qualifying session. So the drivers in group number 1 come back onto the Speedway for a second Race Ready Hot Lap session. Scotty Thiel back out in the Gibbsville Cheese, number 16C. Christopher Traum returning in the Traum Farms 24T. Reese Moran returning in the JB Henderson Construction, number 45X. And Casey Jedrzejek back out in the Hellraiser Jacks, number 6. Matt Covington in the Reese Construction, number 95. And Garrett Williamson brings the SNS Nationwide 23 back onto the Speedway. Christopher Townsend back out as well in the Fastway Auto Rehab, number 71. Engines firing for what will be a green-white checkered Race Ready Hot Lap session for the drivers in group number 1. Scotty Thiel, third quickest overall. Christopher Traum to the top of the speed chart at a 12.823. Reese Moran into the 4th position. Matt Covington up to 6th. Scotty Thiel now 2nd. Christopher Traum goes a little bit quicker at a 12.804. More smoke from the 45X. Reese Moran, he goes 3rd quick as the checkered flag waves. Fastest driver in that race-ready hot lap session. Quickest overall so far. Now the 24T of Christopher Traum with a time of 12.804 seconds. Scotty Thiel now second quick at a 12.875. Reese Moran third at a 12.901. Then Buddy Kofoid and Casey Jedrzejek round out the top 5. Race ready hot lap session number 4 now, rolling into the staging lane. First onto the Speedway from Findlay, Ohio, in the Kistler Racing Engine, Smith Titanium, Maxim Racing, Lucius Trucking, Truck Works of Ohio, number 32, Bryce Lucius. Another of the Kevin Gobrecht Award presented by 5-Star Body Contenders in 2026 from Franklin, Indiana. Driving the WCI Peachtree Excavating KPM number 27, it's Emerson Axum. And yet another World of Outlaws rookie this season from Glendale, Arizona, driving the Pels Tire Service, Newman's Racing Engine, Smith Titanium, XXX, Shark Racing number 1A, Ashton Torgerson. From Memphis, Tennessee, the Mike's Pool Care Center Farms, Stinson's Industrial, River Cities Hydraulics, number 40, Howard Moore. And from Lemoore, California, driving the all-by-your alternative MVT Tarleton & Sons, H Family, Scott Boyd Family, Complete Parts and Equipment Solutions, number 41, Carson Macedo. From Bradenton, Florida, driving the Amalie Oil All-Star Performance Tub of Towels, NGK Spark Plugs, Radical Race Gear, number 28, M. Connor Morell. Pushing off for race ready hot lap session number 4 with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Under green flag conditions for the 4th group for race ready hot laps. Bryce Lucius with a 13.122, quickest so far, but Carson Macedo now fastest overall. Macedo just turned a 12.691. Emerson Axum into the top 5. Axum's best lap so far at 12.946. Howard Moore now surpassing him to move to 5th at a 12.911. Fastest driver in that race-ready hot lap session. Quickest overall so far in warm-ups this evening. The number 41 of Carson Macedo, a lap time of 12.691 seconds. Christopher Traum, 2nd at a 12.804. Scotty Thiel, 3rd. Reese Moran, 4th. And Howard Moore rounds out the top 5, followed by Emerson Axum, Buddy Kofoid, Casey Jedrzejek, David Growell, and Connor Morell. As we saw with race ready hot lap session number 1, the drivers in group number 2 come back out for a second quick green-white checkered practice session. And again, this is because the track has improved drastically since the last time they were on the Speedway. So we see the 2B back onto the racetrack, the LG North America entry, driven by John Carney II. Buddy Kofoid back out in the Toyota Racing at number 83. Cole Macedo returning in the 2C Racing number 2C. Bill Baylog back out in the Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup 17B. Ricky Peterson returning in the Golden Flavor Sesame Sticks number 98. And Ryder LaPlante back in the Oklahoma Truck Driving Academy, number 88R. Set to get the cars underway. Second practice session for the drivers in Group 2 of Race Ready Hot Laps.
I've never felt so close to giving
Buddy Kofoid at the top of the speed chart at a 12.488, now even faster at a 12.294. Bill Baylog into the top 5, he's turned to 12.812. Checkered flag waving. Fastest driver on the Speedway in that group, quickest overall so far, Buddy Kofoid in car number 83, lap time of 12.294 seconds. Carson Macedo second quick so far, 12.691. Christopher Traum third at a 12.804. Bill Baylog and Scotty Thiel complete the top 5. Downstairs quickly to Connor Wade.
John, a lot of problems with drivers early on here in Race Ready Hot Laps. Let's start with Ricky Peterson, who we just saw back down on the racetrack. Problems with the power steering line. They got a new one on, got new power steering fluid put into that. So saw him back down on the racetrack there in that 98 machine. Should be good to go for qualifying. Also, John Carney out in that last session. The car just died the first time they went out for hot laps. Changed a number of things, including ignition box. Car seemed to run much better there. And then Reese Moran had a bit of an oil problem the first time they went out, but much better the second time out. So problems early on in the night, especially for Carney and Moran, their first night out this year. So not always a surprise to see guys struggle to get cars to run, but things pointing in positive direction for all three of those cars.
Thanks so much, Connor Wade, as the final Race Ready Hot Lap session of the evening stage is on the backstretch, led out by another Rookie of the Year contender out of McLarenville, South Australia, driving the Indy Performance Composites Rod End Supply, Maxim Chassis, High Performance Lubricants, TJ Ford's number 51. It's Scott Boguski. From Hanover, Pennsylvania, in the Duramax Federated Auto Parts, Mark Martin Motors, TKS Concrete, Shark Racing, number 1S, Logan Schuhart. From Mansville, Texas, the Estes Family Racing, Star Motorsports, CMP Pump Service, Kennedy Race Engines, Lightning Wings, number 74E, Claude Estes III. And alongside him from Worcester, Ohio, piloting the NOS Energy Drink, Logan Contractor Supply, Aspen Air Bobcat, number 18, Sheldon Hodenshield. From Canton, Illinois, the NOS Energy Drink, King Racing Products, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, High Performance Lubricants, Phillips and Tosca Developers, number 7S, Chris Wyndham. And the most recent World of Outlaws feature winner, the 10-time series champion from Fargo, North Dakota, driving the nice Creed and Landis Block, Absolute Automation and Security, PhilPools.com, JRC Transportation, High Performance Lubricants, number 15, Donnie Schatz. This will be the final Race Ready Hot Lap session of the evening for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, night number 1 of the Cowtown Classic at Kennedale Speedway Park. Oh, trouble, upside down, car upside down in turn number 4. Logan Schuhart in the 1S. Problems for Logan Schuhart in turn number 4 just as we go green on the final Race Ready Hot Lap session of the evening. Initial report, Logan Schuhart is okay. Logan Schuhart is okay over there in corner number 4. Initial report over the Racing Electronics World of Outlaws radio system. Damage to the top wing, the right rear tire, and the Jacobs ladder on the right rear corner of that car. So the Shark Racing 1S headed back to the pit area after problems in turn 4, just as we wave the green flag on the final race ready hot lap session of the evening. Now the good news for Logan Schuhart, scheduled to be the 32nd of 33 Honest Abe Roofing qualifiers here this evening, so they'll have a little bit of time to make repairs, but the bad news is they will not get a shot at race ready hot laps. No really baseline from which to work, I should say, to prepare that car for that Honest Abe Roofing qualifying session. But again, Logan Schuhart should have time to get repairs made before he is set to stage for Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Understand Claude Estes has taken the 74E into the pit area as well. We wave the green flag on the evening's final race-ready hot lap session. Sheldon Hodenshield second quickest overall at a 12.436. Scott Boguski sixth quick at a 12.851. Chris Windham into the top 5 at a 12.714. Boguski up to third at a 12.633 as we wave the checkered flag. Sheldon Hodenshield, the fastest driver in that final race-ready hot lap session, second quickest overall at 12.436. Buddy Kofoid quickest tonight at a 12.294. Hodenshield second. Scott Boguski third at a 12.633. Carson Macedo fourth. Chris Windham fifth fastest in race-ready hot laps, followed by Christopher Traum in sixth. Bill Baylog seventh. Donnie Schatz eighth. Scotty Thiel ninth. And Cole Macedo completing the top 10. We prepare now for Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. It'll work this way, one car at a time on the Speedway, 2 consecutive laps on the clock. Faster of those 2 laps scored is that driver's official qualifying time. For tonight's race program, we use the Honest Abe Roofing qualifying times to line up our heat races here tonight, as well as for the front row of tonight's Microlight Last Chance Showdown. Track record here at Kennedale Speedway Park, established by Carson Macedo on March 23rd of 2024 at 11.467 seconds and an average speed of 91.672 miles per hour. For World of Outlaws timing and scoring purposes, we measure Kennedale Speedway Park at slightly under 0.3 of a mile in length, and that measurement is made at the midpoint between the inside berm and the outside retaining wall. The official measurement, 0.292 miles. Downstairs one more time to Connor Wade.
Yeah, work going on very quickly to the 1S Logan Schuhart as this team tries to get him ready for a qualifying run. We see it right there. New top wing already on. Looks as if right now that they're going to be able to keep the same rear end. The assembly on the right side of that rear end, though, needing a lot of attention. New bird cage, torsion arm, right rear shock, all needed. Jacob's ladder is going in right now. That's Carly Holmes, Tanner Holmes' sister that's working with Shark Racing this season. That's attaching the Jacob's ladder to the rear end of the race car right now. Haven't gotten a great look at the left rear yet to see what kind of attention's needed, but know for sure a new tire and wheel was needed on the left rear. So working hard to try to get him out here, John, as qualifying begins.
Thanks so much, Connor Wade, as we get set for Honest Abe Roofing qualifying with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. And again, for those of you just making your way into the grandstand area, a reminder, the top 9 rows in the grandstands are reserve seating here this evening. You must have a corresponding reserve seat ticket to be located in the top 9 rows. First driver on the Speedway for Honest Abe Roofing qualifying from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, the Gibbsville Cheese, Scott Thiel Builders, Flint Trucking, Diamond Pit Lights, Professional Plating, number 16C, the big wheel, Scotty Thiel. Scotty Thiel in car number 16C. Thiel 13th here in 2024, the best of his 2 appearances at Kennedale Speedway Park. Opening lap for Scotty Thiel at a 12.531.12.531. The 2024 IRA Sprint Car Champion, one of the contenders for the Kevin Gobrecht Award presented by 5-Star Bodies for Rookie of the Year honors. Faster on lap number 2 at a 12.467, 1.2467. Your next Honest Abe Roofing qualifier from Sanborn, Minnesota, driving the Tromp Arms, Joe Pinion Trucking, Creek Area Ag Service, Energen, Jeffers Implement Service, number 24T, Christopher Traum. Christopher Traum in the 24T makes his 2026 season debut here this evening. 22nd and 20th in features here last year, his first appearance at Kennedale Speedway Park. Lap 1 for Christopher Traum. Quick time at a 12.434, 1.2434. Couple of second place finishes in 49 sprint car starts for Traum in 2025. Second lap time is a 12.487, but the first lap quickest so far at 12.434 seconds. Next to make his way trackside, another Rookie of the Year contender from LaGrange, Ohio, in the Hellraiser Jacks Mr. Heater, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Heat Star Simpson Race Products, number 6. Here's Casey Jedrzak. Casey Jedrzak in car number 6. Gets his first look at Kennedale Speedway Park this evening. 9 World of Outlaws appearances last year, the best of which was a 5th place finish at Millstream, Ohio. That's his career best with the World of Outlaws. Opening lap for Jedrzak. Quick time at a 12.421, 1.2421. Jedrzak, a 5-time sprint car winner in 2025. Second lap time faster at a 12.172, 1.2172. Quick time for Casey Jedrzak in car number 6. Out next, making his World of Outlaws debut from Highlands, Texas in the Fastway Auto Rehab, Turbine Specialty Services, Keen Industrial Solutions, XXC Texas, number 71, Christopher Townsend. Christopher Townsend in car number 71. 2 410 sprint car starts last year, best finish 24th at Texas Motor Speedway. A 2-time winner with the ASCS Hurricane at 360 sprint cars last year. Lap 1, a 12.859, 1.2859 for Christopher Townsend on his opening Honest Abe Roofing qualifying lap. Second time by for Christopher Townsend will be a little bit quicker at a 12.640, 1.2640. Going green now, last year's Rookie of the Year from Columbia, Missouri. The S&S Nationwide CSC Group LRI, Eagle Stop Easy Gaming, Dave Smith GMC Retrieving Freedom, number 23 of Garrett Williamson. Garrett Williamson in car number 23. 7th and 11th in last year's features here at Kennedale Speedway Park. That 7th place run his best in 3 overall appearances here. First lap time for Garrett Williamson is 5th quick at a 12.677, 1.2677. Williamson currently sitting 7th in the World of Outlaws point standings. Second lap for Garrett Williamson, better 4th quick at a 12.546, 1.2546. Taking to the Speedway next from Tulsa, Oklahoma, driving JB Henderson Construction, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Smith Titanium, Rainbow Nut Butter, Bob Hurley RV, number 45X. Here's Reese Moran. Reese Moran in car number 45X. 15th in the Microlight Last Chance Showdown on night 1, 15th in the feature on night 2 here last year, right up along the wall in turns 3 and 4. Lap 1 for Reese Moran, second quick at a 12.388, 1.2388. Best World of Outlaws finish here. Pardon me, that 15th here, the best of his 13 World of Outlaws starts last year. Second lap time a little bit better, still second quick at a 12.254, 1.2254. Next driver underway from Glenpool, Oklahoma, and the Reese Construction, D&W Towing, Missile Motorsports, Maximum Oil, number 95, Matt Covington. Matt Covington in car number 95. Did not make a 410 sprint car start at all in 2025. A four-time 360 winner last season. Opening lap for Covington, 7th quick at a 12.677, 1.2677. He's been third here on 4 occasions in 8 starts at Kennedale Speedway Park. Already a winner this year with the ASCS 360s at Central Arizona. 6th quick on lap number 2 for Matt Covington, 12.625, 1.2625. Next driver on the clock. From Calera, Oklahoma, driving the Oklahoma Truck Driving Academy, Randy Sanders Trucking, High Plains Building Division, Rushed Race Gear, number 88R, Ryder LaPlante. Ryder LaPlante in car number 88R. 3 appearances here at Kennedale with the World of Outlaws. Best finish 5th in the Microlight Last Chance Showdown 2 years ago. Lap number 1, 6th quick, 12.597, 1.2597. 6 career starts here at Kennedale. Best finish 6th 2 years ago. Second lap time for Ryder LaPlante is a 12.640. He'll stand on the first lap time of 12.597 seconds. Pushing off next. Feature winner here on March 15th last year from Pengrove, California, the Toyota Racing Mobil 1, Roth Motorsports, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation, number 83, Buddy Kofoid. Buddy Kofoid in car number 83. 10th on night number 1 before finding victory lane on night 2 last season. Opening lap for Kofoid, second quick, 12.219, 1.2219. Kofoid, already a feature winner this season with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Second lap time, a 12.380. First lap, 12.219. Second quick for Buddy Kofoid in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Next power up. From Lemoore, California, the 2C Racing Outlaw Wings, Wedge High Performance Cards, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, Level Utilities, number 2C. Cole Macedo. Cole Macedo in car number 2C. 13th and 22nd in features here last season. His only previous appearance here at Kennedale Speedway Park. Hang on, Cole's into the wall, into the fence, and comes to a quick stop over in turn number 4. Cole Macedo caught the wall, got up into the catch fence, and a sudden stop for the driver of the number 2C. Cole Macedo climbing from the cockpit of car number 2C. A look at the DIRTVision replay as Cole Macedo made his way into corner number 3. You can see that car just dripped up over the cushion, catches the wall with the right rear, bounces him around, sends him up to the top of the wall, and then into the catch fence. Downstairs to Connor Wade.
And obviously TBD on what this issue is for Cole Macedo, how much damage he's going to have, and the effect it's going to have on the rest of his night. But this gives a huge sigh of relief and a chance for the Shark Racing crew to catch their breath. Now, they didn't necessarily need this extra moment here with this Macedo incident. They got the rear end rebuilt, reset, which is just as much of a process to reset everything and get your spacing and the positioning where you want your rear end right as it is to just rebuild the thing. But remember, Logan is pretty much a self-crew chief. You know, he's got a great crew around him. You know, Brian Sunby, Carly Holmes, who we mentioned, Bill Cleanbill, his stepdad who's been with the team for a long time. So he's got a great team around him, and there's not really an assigned crew chief role. But if you had to pick one of that bunch, it is probably Logan trying to do both of those jobs. So he was working on the car just as much himself, and he didn't have a chance to catch his breath really until he got back in the race car after everything was done. So not being told by Outlaw officials that it's definitely going to be a minute here with Cole Macedo. So this is best case scenario for the Shark Racing team. John, you'll have to let me know how long it is until the 1S is set to go out.
Thank you, Connor, again. 1S of Logan Stewart scheduled to be the next to last car out for Honest Abe Roofing qualifying here this evening, and we have already qualified 10 of the 33 drivers in the pit area, so still some time remaining.
It's ARP fasteners for whatever you race. From 2 wheels to 4. Off-road, on-road, even water. From the flat track to the salt flats. Grassroots racers, weekend warriors, and pros alike trust ARP. Made in America quality, family owned and operated. When failure is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com. No matter what you race.
There's a moment behind the wheel of what I've built, where power overrides gravity, and I hit that zero moment. Zero doubts, zero fear, zero competition. No rule or mold I can't break. And limits, absolutely zero. And there's enough zero sugar to get me there.
At Pit Boss Jack's, we put in the work in the shop so you can put in your work at the track. Engineering, speed, durability. Pit Boss Jack's, like a boss.
If dirt was a paycheck, we'd all be leaving here rich tonight. Until that happens, it pays to use Tub-A-Towel's heavy-duty cleaning wipes. At the track, in the garage, or at home, Tub-A-Towel's is tough on dirt, easy on hands, and made in the USA. Tub-A-Towel's, the world's hardest working wipe. Available at all major automotive and hardware retail stores.
DIRTVision would like to thank our friends at Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts for helping us get from track to track.
We got it all at shopdgr.com. We got koozies, t-shirts, crew necks, hoodies, die-casts, pullback cars. We got everything. Check it out right here.
You wanted the best. You got them for a rest. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt. The World of Outlaws.
I've been told my whole life that I'm pretty fast. For a girl. Well, I hate to break it to you, but that's not true. Because with the right team, you write your own story. So no, I'm not fast for a girl. I'm fast, period.
Experience the World of Outlaws and all the greatest shows on dirt in person. You can get your tickets now. Visit worldofoutlaws.com/tix. That's worldofoutlaws.com/TIX, or call 844-DIRT-TIX. That's 844-DIRTTIX, and we'll see you at the racetrack. Continuing to work over in corner number 4 to get the 2C Racing number 2C hooked up after Cole Macedo got up over the wall and into the catch fence during his run to the green flag in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Now, they did not take the green flag to officially begin an Honest Abe Roofing qualifying attempt, and so if they are able to get the car repaired, he would be able to go out and get one lap at the end of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. So far, Rookie of the Year contender Casey Jedrzejek is fastest in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Jedrzejek turning a lap of 12.172 seconds. Buddy Kofoid currently second at a 12.219. Reese Moran third at a 12.254. And you can see a bit of a trail of fluid from under the 2C as they brought it down the banking and into the infield. We get word over the Racing Electronics World of Outlaws radio system. It'll take just a moment to put some oil dry down where the 2C had been sitting on the high side of the racing surface. Again, we're right back here tomorrow night for the conclusion of the Cowtown Classic with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, and then 2 nights in Oklahoma next weekend for the greatest show on dirt. We started off next Friday with a visit to the Lawton Speedway in Lawton, Oklahoma for the running of the Sooner Stampede, and then a week from tomorrow, Saturday, March 21st, the Creekadega 40, the first ever appearance for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series at the Creek County Speedway in Sapulpa, Oklahoma. Very much anticipated debut for the greatest show on dirt. Downstairs one more time to Connor Wade.
And while we have a second to breathe, got to talk to the guy that is currently atop the speed chart here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying 12.172. It's Casey Jedrzejek, the rookie for Bill Rose. Casey, your first time at Kennedale, laid down a really solid lap. What stood out to you about that 12.172?
I think it just helped a lot being able to get like 3 hot lap sessions pretty much. I mean, me and Bill have been getting a lot better and getting a lot better understanding on what we need out of the car and stuff like that. And then we were just able to fine tune a little bit there with those hot lap sessions and just get a better idea of what the kind of feel I want compared to what he's had for drivers in the past. So that helped a lot. And then we've been giving Jimmy a hard time with our pillar draws lately, so he did us a favor tonight too.
Getting some help from the Sportsman of the Year from 2024. You know, coming into your rookie season with the Outlaws, you'd raced at 4 racetracks on our 2026 schedule, so a lot of new places for you. You've not been to any of those 4 yet. Volusia new, Talladega new, now Kennedale. What is your just kind of general approach going into these new racetracks?
Yeah, I mean, I just watched some videos beforehand before we come out here, and then just when I get here, I just go look at the track a couple times before we get going, and I don't know, I've ran a lot of different tracks throughout the year, so I'm just used to adapting, I guess.
Casey Jedrzejek trying to see if he'll hang on for his first career quick time with the Outlaws.
Thank you, Connor Wade. We get set to resume Honest Abe Roofing qualifying for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Next to hit the Speedway from Sunnyvale, Texas. Driving the Prime Powders Town Line Variety, Bear Paw Convenience, Keebler & Sons, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, High Performance Lubricants, number 15H, Sam Haferteep Jr. Sam Haferteep in the 15H. Second on the second night here last year. The best of his 3 World of Outlaws starts at Kennedale and his best World of Outlaws finish all last season. Lap number 1 for Sam Haferteep is 6 quick, 12.522, 125.22. A winner here at Kennedale in 2024 with the Elite Sprint cars. 1 career World of Outlaws victory for Sam Haferteep, completing his second Honest Abe Roofing qualifying lap. It's faster, still in the 6th spot at a 12.516, 125.16. Next driver to take the green flag for Honest Abe Roofing, qualifying from Rawson, Ohio. Driving the Golden Flavor Sesame Sticks Vulcan Fire Protection HP engines, Berryman Racing suspension number 98, Ricky Peterson. Ricky Peterson in car number 98. Peterson makes his Kennedale Speedway Park debut this evening, 22nd last week at the Talladega Short Track, his only appearance with the World of Outlaws in 2026. Opening lap time for Ricky Peterson is a 12:9:26.12.926. Peterson, a four-time winner last year at the Tri-City Speedway in Franklin, Pennsylvania. Second lap time for Ricky Peterson improves to a 12:7:94.12.794. Making his way out next from Lubbock, Texas, driving the LG North America KSI Industrial Excel Compression One Man and a Dog Lawn Care by American Oil. Number 2B, John Carney II. John Carney II in car number 2B. Carney joining forces with Brett Becker for a 2026 early season campaign. Carney 19th and 24th in features here last season. That groove perilously close to the wall in 3 and 4. Opening lap for Carney, 12:6:34.12.634. 17 sprint car starts with the 410 variety last year. Best finished third at the Heart of Texas Speedway. Second lap time up to 8th quick at a 12:5:84.12.584 for the 2B of John Carney II. Claude Estes III bringing the 74E onto the Speedway, just getting some engine heat in this car. He had problems during our race-ready hot lap session, so Claude Estes now headed back to the pit area with some heat in the engine on that car. He is scheduled to be the 31st qualifier this evening. Casey Jedrzak quick so far. Buddy Kofoid in the second spot. Reese Moran third. Christopher Traum fourth. And Scotty Thiel rounds out the top 5. Next driver out is a native of North Pole, Alaska, now calling Heartland, Wisconsin home. Driving the Andersons Pure Maple Syrup Pour Racing Klemko Family All-Star Performance number 17B. The North Pole Nightmare, Bill Baylog. Bill Baylog in car number 17B. Picked up a KSE Hard Charger Award on the opening night of last year's Cowtown Classic with a 5th place run. A 4th place finish 2 years ago, the best in his 3 starts at Kennedale Speedway Park. Opening lap for Bill Baylog is 7th quick at a 12:5:45.125.45. 10-time IRA Sprint Car Champion, currently 11th in the World of Outlaws Drivers' Point standings. Second lap time for Bill Baylog is 6th quick at a 12:5:14.125.14. Rolling out next from Bossier City, Louisiana, in the Griffith Trucking at Kennedy Racing Engines, number 9, Josh McCord. Josh McCord in car number 9. Makes his Kennedale Speedway Park debut tonight. 2 410 sprint car starts last year, both at Texarkana 67 Speedway. The Elite Series, best finish of those 2 starts, a 16th place run, lap 1 for Josh McCord, a 13:2:11.13.211. 4.360 appearances last year. Best finish 4th with the ASCS Hurricane region. Second lap time for Josh McCord is a 13:352. The first lap better at 13.211 seconds. Taken to the racetrack next from Seagoville, Texas, in the DFW Urethane, Texas Aeroplastics, and Doherty Brothers Construction at number 85, Colby Stubblefield. Colby Stubblefield in car number 85. '15th in the Microlight Last Chance Showdown on night 2 here last year. His best in 3 appearances at Kennedale with the World of Outlaws. Opening lap for Colby Stubblefield is a 12:7:92.127.92. Feature winner here at Kennedale with the Texas Sprint Series back in 2022. 3 times a winner here in micro sprint competition. Second lap time for Colby Stubblefield, better at a 12:681.12681. Next, Honest Abe Roofing qualifier. Rolling toward the Speedway is the 2-time and defending series champion. From Watertown, Connecticut, driving the shop, usage.com, billionauto.com, Prosper Real Estate Investments, GRC Transportation, Jackson Motorplex, number 2, David Gravel. David Gravel in car number 2. Second and 5th here last year, second on 2 occasions in 3 starts here at Kennedale Speedway Park. Lap 1 for David Gravel, 5th quick at a 12:4:36, 1:2:4:36. Currently tied with Carson Macedo atop the World of Outlaws point standings, 4 top 5 finishes this season. Second lap time for Gravel, 4th quick at a 12:3:96, 1:2:3:96. David Gravel now 4th fastest. Next to hit the Speedway from Sapulpa, Oklahoma, driving to York Plumbing, Smiley's Race Products, Glenn's Tires Racing, CSR Garage, Blood Lubricants, number 52. Here's Blake Hahn. Blake Hahn in car, number 52. Hahn 21st and 19th in features here last season with the World of Outlaws. 7 career appearances here at Kennedale. 4th with the ASCS Sprint Cars in 2013, his career best at this racetrack. Lap 1 for Blake Hahn is a 12:8:92, 1:2:8:92. A 4-time winner last year with the ASCS 360 Sprint Cars. Hahn concentrating on 410 competition in 2026. Second lap time for Blake Hahn at a 12:7:95, 1:2:7:95. Next driver to make his way onto the Speedway from Scurry, Texas in the Top Choice Masonry, number 99X. This is Dalton Stevens. Dalton Stevens in the 99X. Stevens 8th and 14th in Microlight Last Chance Showdowns here last year. Has been concentrating mostly on non-wing sprint car competition the last couple of seasons. Lap number 1 for Dalton Stevens is a 12:6:73, 1:2:6:73. An elite non-wing win, best of his 8 sprint car starts in 2025. Second lap time for Dalton Stevens is a 12:9:39, first lap official with 12.673 seconds. So we see the 2C rolling onto the Speedway now. They are firing the engine in the backup car. The crash over in turn number 4, forcing Cole Macedo to the backup car, so they are just getting that car started. He'll take it back to the pit area. They will come out at the end of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying with the backup car now underway for Cole Macedo in car number 2C. Making his way onto the Speedway next, from Lebanon, Indiana, driving the NOS Energy Drink, West Tennessee Expediting, Tag Truck Center, Z-Max, Stanton Racing Engines, number 17, Spencer Baston. Spencer Baston in car number 17. Baston catches the wall between turn 3 and 4 as he comes to the green flag. Baston picked up the season-opening victory with the World of Outlaws at Volusia Speedway Park in Florida. Currently sits 8th in the series point standings. First lap time for Spencer Baston is at 12:8:24, 1:2:8:24. Makes his Kennedale Speedway Park debut this evening. That victory at Volusia earlier this year, the 6th of his career with the World of Outlaws. Second lap time for Spencer Baston is a 12:8:35, first lap official with 12.824 seconds. Your next Honest Abe Roofing qualifier from Corsicana, Texas in the Builders Electric, PRC Engines, Realty Roofing, KGM Trucking, MT Custom Metal Fabrication, number 10G, Marcus Thomas. Marcus Thomas in car number 10G. 7th and 11th in last year's Microlight Last Chance Showdowns. That 7th place finish in a Microlight Last Chance Showdown equaled his best in 3 World of Outlaws starts here at Kennedale. Opening lap for Marcus Thomas is a 12:9:82, 1:2:9:82. 5 career victories at this racetrack, including one with the Elite Sprint Car Series 2 years ago. Second lap time is a 13:010. First lap better at 12:9:82 for the 10G of Marcus Thomas. World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year contender clocking in next from Glendale, Arizona. The Pels Tire Service, Newman's Racing Engine, Smith Titanium, Triple X Shark Racing, number 1A Ashton Torgerson. Ashton Torgerson in the 1A. Ashton getting his first look at Kennedale Speedway Park tonight. A second place run at Volusia Speedway Park. His best with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Lap 1 for Ashton Torgerson, a 12:7:27, 1:2:7:27. 410 feature winner last year at Babs Motor Speedway in Pennsylvania. 360 winner at the Ocean Speedway in Watsonville, California. Second lap time for Ashton Torgerson is a 13:2:97. First lap better at 12:7:27 for the 1A of Ashton Torgerson. Next up, from Bradenton, Florida, driving the Amalie Oil All-Star Performance Tub of Towels, NGK Spark Plugs, Radical Race Gear, number 28M, Connor Morrell. Connor Morrell in car number 28M. 16th and 7th in feature action here last year in his first visit to Kennedale Speedway Park. Morrell trying to keep the car a little lower on the speedway in turns 3 and 4. The opening lap time for Connor Morrell will be a 13:2:34, 1:3:234. Higher line in 3 and 4 the second time by, and the result will be an improvement to a 13:031, 1:3:031. Next driver to take the green flag in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying from Findlay, Ohio, driving the Kistler Racing engine, Smith Titanium, Maxim Racing, Lucius Trucking, Truckworks of Ohio, number 32, Bryce Lucius. Bryce Lucius in car number 32. Raced here last year with the World of Outlaws, 6th in the Microlight Last Chance Showdown on night 1, 26th on night number 2. Comes off his career best finish with the World of Outlaws last week at Talladega with a 4th place run. Opening lap for Lucius, 12:8:63, 1:2:863. A 6-time Sprint Car feature winner in 2025. Second lap time from Bryce Lucius. Better at a 12:686, 1:2:686. Kennedale Speedway Park track record holder out next from Lemoore, California. The all-by-your alternative MVT, Tarleton & Sons, Sage Family, Scott Boyd Family, Complete Parts and Equipment Solutions, number 41 of Carson Macedo. Carson Macedo in the number 41. Macedo picking up the win here in the series debut on March 23rd of 2024. 3rd and 8th in feature action here last season. Lap 1 for Carson Macedo is 21st quick, 12:890, 1:2:890. Macedo tied with David Gravel atop the World of Outlaws point standings. Both drivers with 800 points coming into night number 1 of the Cowtown Classic. Second lap time, better, 12th quick at a 12:6:10, 1:2:610 for the 41 of Carson Macedo. Another World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year contender in 2026. Out next for Honest Abe Roofing qualifying from Franklin, Indiana, the WCIP Tree Excavated KPM number 27 of Emerson Axum. Emerson Axum in car number 27. 9th and 23rd in his Kennedale Speedway Park debut last season with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. First lap time this evening will be 19th quick at a 12:7:30, 1:2:730 for the All-Star feature winner at the Eldora Speedway last season. Second lap time for Emerson Axum up to 12th quick at a 12:6:02, 1:2:602. Still Casey Jedrzejczyk atop the speed chart, Buddy Kopoid second, Reese Moran third, David Gravel fourth, and Christopher Trom in fifth. Rolling out now from Memphis, Tennessee, driving the Mike's Pool Care Center Farms, Stinson's Industrial, River City Hydraulics, number 40, Howard Moore. Howard Moore in car number 40. 14th in the Microlight Last Chance Showdown on night 1, 16th in the feature on night 2 here last year. That 16th place run, the best of his 7 World of Outlaws starts in 2025. Opening lap for Howard Moore, 12:890, 1:2:890. Howard Moore, a 3-time feature winner in 360 sprint car competition last year. Second lap time for Howard Moore is better, 14th quick at a 12:616, 1:2:616. This is the most recent World of Outlaws feature winner. He is the 10-time series champion from Fargo, North Dakota. In the nice Cretan Atlantis block, Absolute Automation and Security, FillPools.com. JRC Transportation, High Performance Lubricants, number 15, Donnie Schatz. Donnie Schatz in car, number 15. Schatz was 11th and 14th here last year, a 9th place run in 2024. His best in 3 career starts at Kennedale Speedway Park. Opening lap time for Donnie Schatz is 20th quick, 12:7:24, 1:27:24. The feature win last week at Talladega Short Track, the 317th of his career with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Second lap time for Donnie Schatz, a 12:7:28. First lap faster by 4/1,000ths of a second at 12:7:24. Making his way to the Speedway now from Canton, Illinois, driving the NOS Energy Drink King Racing Products, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, High Performance Lubricants, Phillips Tasco Developers, number 7S, it's Chris Windham. Chris Windham in car, number 7S. Windham 14th and 17th in features here last season. That was his first appearance at Kennedale Speedway Park. First lap time for Chris Windham is a 12:9:68, 1:29:68. Windham currently 9th in the series point standings. A couple of top 10 finishes to his credit so far early in 2026. Lower line in turns 3 and 4. Second time by for Windham is a 13:017. First lap better at 12:9:68. Contender for the Kevin Gobrecht Award by 5-star bodies in 2026 from McLaren Vale, South Australia. Driving the Indy Performance Composites, Rod End Supply, Maxim High Performance Lubricants, TJ Forged, number 51, Scott Boguski. Scott Boguski in car number 51. Boguski makes his Kennedale Speedway Park debut tonight. 6 World of Outlaws starts last year. Best finished 12th at the Lincoln Park Speedway in Putnamville, Indiana. First time around for Scott Boguski. It'll be a 13:3:24, 1:3:3:24. Second lap for Scott Boguski. Better at a 12:8:97, 1:2:8:97. Out next for Honest Abe Roofing qualifying from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the Duramax Federated Auto Parts, Mark Martin Motors, TKS Concrete Shark Racing, number 1S, Logan Schuhart. Logan Schuhart in car number 1S. Remember, Schuhart got into the wall and upside down in turn 4 during our Race Ready Hot Laps earlier this evening. 6th and 4th in feature action here last season. Opening lap time for Logan Schuhart is 16th quick, 12:6:31, 1:2:6:31. 44 career victories with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Currently 5th in the point standings. Second lap time for Schuhart. 13th quick at a 12:6:04, 1:2:6:04. And on the Speedway now from Worcester, Ohio, the NOS Energy Drink Logan Contractor Supply, Aspen Air Bobcat, number 18 of Sheldon Hodenshield. Sheldon Hodenshield in car number 18. Sheldon Hodenshield, a World of Outlaws feature winner earlier this season, currently 4th in the point standings, 4th and 6th here in last year's World of Outlaws features. First lap for Sheldon is 7th quick at a 12:4:72, 1:2:4:72. Second lap time for Sheldon Hodenshield. 5th quick at a 12:4:16, 1:2:4:16. Sheldon Hodenshield into the top 5. We understand Claude Estes III not able to get the car in staging for an Honest Abe Roofing qualifying lap. However, 1 lap available to the number 2C of Cole Macedo. Cole Macedo in the 2C Racing Outlaw Wings, Wedge High Performance Carts, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, Level Utilities, number 2C. Best he can be scored is 21st fastest, no matter what lap time he turns. That's the penalty for missing the assigned spot in the Honest Abe Roofing qualifying order. The official time for Comacito, 27th quick at a 12:871.2870. That will conclude Honest Abe Roofing qualifying for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Your fast qualifier this evening, tonight's Simpson Quick Time Award winner in car number 6, Casey Jedrzejek. Jedrzejek's lap time, 12.172 seconds. Buddy Kofoid's second quick with a 12.219. Reese Moran third at a 12.254. David Gravel fourth, and Sheldon Hodenshield rounds out the top 5. Christopher Trom timing in 6th quickest. Scotty Thiel was 7th. Bill Baylog 8th. Sam Hafer team 9th. And Garrett Williamson rounds out the top 10 in this evening's Honest Abe Roofing qualifying sessions.